I think we are ready to start this evening. To start this evening, can we have a big round of applause for everyone present here? Thank you very much, gentlemen. Once again, very good evening. I welcome you all at 8th panel discussion on World Class Manufacturing Summit 2025. First of all, we are grateful to all of our prestigious guests, for everyone who is gathered here with us, because we all know that your time is very precious. Some of you are playing a significant role in India's economy. So I request everyone present here, एक बार फिर से सबके स्वागत के लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं पंजाबी स्टाइल में. Thank you very much. Your time is indeed a big gift for us. And ladies and gentlemen, objective to this panel discussion is to strengthen the manufacturing industry. As we all know, Ludhiana is a major industrial center of northern India, referred to as India's Manchester by the BBC. And today, in this panel discussion, we are going to discuss how to achieve more heights and set new milestones. But since we all are Indians, हम किसी भी काम की शुरुआत भगवान के नाम के साथ करते हैं ताकि वो काम बिना किसी विघ्न, बिना किसी अड़चन के पूरा हो. As we Indians believe in Vakratund Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. So here we are seeking some divine positive blessings. And to start this evening, to lighten the lamp, may I please invite with a thunderous round of applause our very special guest, Mr. Sachit Jain. I request gentlemen to come forward. आप सबसे मेरी request है, सर के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं. Along with gentlemen, now I invite Mr. David William. Let's have a thunderous round of applause to welcome gentlemen. Very warm welcome, sir. And now I invite Mr. Upkar Singh Ahuja ji. Let's have a huge round of applause to welcome gentlemen. Mr. J.S. Bhogal. A thunderous round of applause for gentlemen. Mr. Gautam Sikri, sir, please join us. A big round of applause for gentlemen. I also request Mr. Lokesh Jain to please join us. I request Mr. Markoto Horikawa to please join us to light the lamp. He is here. You can give him a round of applause. I also request Mr. Amrish Jain to please join us and Mr. Ravi Chauhan. Mr. Ajay Gujjar. Sir, I request you as well to please join us to light the lamp. I request Mr. Hani Sethi ji to please join us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome gentlemen on stage with a huge round of applause. Sir के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं, please. I request CICU Steering Committee to please join me on stage to light the lamp and to begin this evening. And I request everyone present here, please join us with your applauses. And now I request you all gentlemen, please pose for a group photo. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Please take your seats and make yourself comfortable. So just like I told you in the beginning of this evening that nothing is more precious than your time. So now here to welcome you all to set the context for this evening for the welcome address. May I please invite on stage with a huge round of applause Dr. S.P. Singh, who is Joint Secretary of CICU. Let's have a huge round of applause to welcome Dr. S.P. Singh on stage. Zordar taaliyan, do char taaliyan, more energy. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. See, we are all here for 8th panel discussion on world-class manufacturing. So, on behalf of CICU, I welcome you all, and on my personal behalf also, I welcome you all on this world-class manufacturing discussion. I would like to share, since there are few members who may not be aware of activities of CICU. Basically, CICU is an organization which was founded in 1968. And as far as our activities are concerned, the vibrancy of our activities of CICU can be gauged from the fact that in year 2024, we conducted such workshops, seminars, and training programs. We conducted 114 such programs in year 2024. It means that every second or third day, there is one such event organized by CICU. So, and we cover all the links of manufacturing. So, today also, we are going to have views from very experienced persons in manufacturing. And especially, I am talking about one gentleman. उनका तो मैं जिक्र खास करना चाहूँगा, Mr. Sachit Jain. He is so inspiring a personality कि once I visited Vardhaman Special Steel and I was gifted a book written by Mr. Sachit Jain. And it was so wonderful that by the time I reached my home, I had completed the reading of that book. And when I say stop reading the book, I was so inspired that if Sachit Jain, so busy person, can write a book, then why can't I write a book? So that was my inspiration to write a book after reading your book. So today, I would like to thank our sponsors also who have supported us in this event: Yaskawa, AD, Nayak Wealth, Empro, Sonalika, and LBPL, Coca-Cola. So we are thankful to our sponsors who have supported us in organizing this event, and we are going to have discussions with all different personalities of different sectors. Mr. Ajay Gurjar from Yaskawa, he will be speaking he will be sharing his keynote address. Then Mr. Sachit Jain will be sharing his keynote address. Mr. David William also will be sharing from Tata Steel. The complete team of Tata Steels is there, sir. We welcome you all on behalf of CICU. And further, there is a new concept which we have not heard of earlier. Last week we had heard of that concept that some fire chat discussion is also to be held with Mr. Upkar Singh Ahuja, and within our panel also we have different experts. Mr. Ambrish Jain, who is sitting from Kangaroo Industries. Then Mr. Lokesh Jain from TK Steels, he will be joining us. Then Yaskawa, AGM and GM. Mr. Mukato Harikawa would be joining us in our discussion. Mr. Ravi Chauhan, who is a Senior Vice President, Vardhaman Textile. So these will also, these all persons will be joined in panel discussion which will be held by our Publicity Secretary, Mr. J.S. Bogle, who also shares a very insightful remarks about manufacturing. So once again, on behalf of CICU, I welcome you all on this 8th World Class Manufacturing, and we have been conducting these kind of events on regular basis. As far as World Class Manufacturing is concerned, this is our 8th panel discussion, and we have some regular events like Kaizen competition. We have been conducting for last 17-18 years. Pokayoke competition every year in September we have been conducting for last 12 years. So these are our regular events. So once again, thank you very much for joining us over here, and I welcome you all on behalf of CICU. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for setting the context for this evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for a special address, we are going to invite on stage Chief Operating Officer and Director at Yaskawa India Private Limited. He brings with him over 25 years of experience in the field of robotics and automation. Let's have a huge round of applause to welcome on stage Mr. Ajay Gurjar, COO and Director of Yaskawa India Limited. Can we please have a huge round of applause for gentlemen? Good evening, sir.
So very good evening to one and all, and thank you very much for joining this wonderful evening organized by CICU. On behalf of Yaskawa India Private Limited, I would like to thanks to the organizing committee of CICU for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful event. And I am sure that we will definitely get a big leverage out of this Industry Connect event. So let me introduce myself is Ajay Gurjar, and I am responsible for the robotic business of Yaskawa in India. So today in India, everybody is talking about the world-class manufacturing, and it is true because when India is aiming to become the hub for the global manufacturing, world-class manufacturing is very, very essential. It's not a choice now. Because without adopting the world-class manufacturing, we cannot achieve the required scale, the required quality, and the required global competitiveness. And one more important thing is like the main driving factor for this transformation is the automation and industrial automation, specifically the robotic automation. Because India is the 7th largest country today in terms of the robot utilizations, and it says that the automation market is going to increase 15% per year for the next 5 years. And MSME, most importantly, is going to play a very vital role in these manufacturing ecosystems. And for MSME adoptions of the automation as well as the world-class manufacturing, it is not for their growth, but it is for their survival in this today's quality-driven market and the very competitive market. But you know, while this word, this world-class manufacturing, though it looks very promising, but it has its own challenges, like frequent breakdown of the machines and then inconsistent quality and improved productivity. And that is where basically, and the availability of the skilled labor. So that is where the Yaskawa comes into the picture, and Yaskawa's advanced robotic automation along with the state-of-the-art product basket will make a definitely tangible impact. So I would like to just give in line with this about our company's introductions and about our offerings. So Yaskawa has been supporting to the world-class manufacturing from last 110 years because this year is our 110th anniversary and we have been doing this from years together. If we talk about the Yaskawa history, so Yaskawa was founded in 1915 by Mr. Yasukawa as a motor company for the mining industry. And over the period of years, then we launched the AC drives, AC servo motor, DC motors, and industrial robot, medical robot, biomedical robot, collaborative robot. And our vision for 2025 is clean power, mechatronics, and the humatronics. And innovation has always been the passion for the Yaskawa, and that is why always some of the world's first were presented by Yaskawa. So for example, if we talk about the world's first transistor AC drive, world first all-electric robot in the Japan, and the dual-arm robot for the volume production, the world's lightest and the smallest robot which is displayed here, Moto Mini, and the world's first general-purpose vector control AC drive. So these are some of the world first innovation Yaskawa has done, and we were awarded as the top 100 global innovator by the Clarivate Analytics for the consecutive 6 years. This is our business overview. Like we are into the motion control, we are into the robotics, and we are into the system engineering. So if we talk about the motion control, so we have the AC motors, AC servo motors, and the controllers. Then we have the PM motor, we have the PV inverters, and we have the linear motors also. And as far as the robotics is concerned, we have the industrial robot, we have the semiconductor robots for the wafer handling, we have the biomedical robot, and we have the collaborative robot. If we talk about the system engineering, then we have the electrical systems for the steel plant, and we have the electrical instrumentation systems for the water supply plant as well as for the sewage treatment plant. This is our global network. We are present everywhere. We are into the United States of America, we are in Europe, we are in China, and we are in the other Asian countries, including India. So this is a small glimpse about Yaskawa India Private Limited vis-a-vis the Yaskawa Electric Corporation in India. We are 300 plus employee company having the headquarters in Bangalore, and our 2025 revenue, 24-25 revenue was 8 billion INR. So this is our leadership team in India. Mr. Jinuchi is our chairman based out of Singapore. Mr. Shailendra Salvi is the president and CEO. I already introduced myself. Then we have Mr. Tomomi Omori as one of the director. Mr. Harada is our CFO. And we have two more Japanese. One is Mr. Sasamoto and one is Mr. Taro Namba. And this is our India leadership team, Mr. Sanjay Tiwari, who is the finance head for the robotics, and Mr. Bhavani Shankar and Mr. Mahesh as a company secretary. So this is the brief history of Yaskawa India Private Limited basically. It was started way back in 1980 when Yaskawa entered into the Indian market with L&T for the PLC business in 1980 and again in 1990 with the AC drive business. And in 2005, the robotic business of Yaskawa was established in collaboration with the Motherson Sumi Systems. And in 2010, the Yaskawa Electric Private Limited was established as the wholly owned subsidiary of Yaskawa Electric Corporation. And in 2015, we came out of the merger with the L&T and we started manufacturing our drives on our own. And 2015 was the year when Yaskawa India Robotics celebrated the 10th anniversary here in India and 100th anniversary of Yaskawa Electric Corporation. In 2016, we assembled our 100,000 drives in our Bangalore facility. And 2022, we moved to our new facility of the robotics in Manesar. And 2022 was a very great year for us because we got collaborated with the Tata Technology for the modernization program of all the ITIs. And our journey continues. So this is all about our infrastructure. We have the corporate office and manufacturing facility for the drives and motion in the Bangalore. Our robotics headquarters is in Manesar. Plus we have the branch offices in Chennai, Pune, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, and we also have the residential representative in other parts of the country. And line of business is exactly in line with our global portfolio. We are in robotics, motion control product, as well as in the system engineering here in India also. I know only 10 minutes is given to me, so I am quickly finishing my presentation. So Yaskawa is the world's largest manufacturer of the AC drives and motion control product, including the adjustable frequency drives, then servo amplifier, servo motors, as well as the machine controllers. When we talk about the AC drives, then we have the general purpose drives for the compressor, for the conveyor, for the fan, plus other general basic applications. We also have the application specific drive for the lift and for the elevator. And we also have like the regenerative type drives, which allows the motor to produce the positive and negative torque either in the forward rotation as well as in the reverse rotation. And we also have the low harmonics drive in our product portfolio. Then as far as the motion control is concerned, then we have the Sigma 7 series and Sigma 5 series servo motors and Sigma 7 series and Sigma 5 series servo amplifier and servo packs. Our motion control products are used in the machines which are manufacturing the semiconductor, LCDs and the electronic component, plus the machine tool industries like all the machining centers and the grinders and the lathe machines and the milling machines, plus general industrial machines like whether it's a metal processing machines or wood processing machine, food processing machine, packaging or filling machine. If we talk about the textile machines, printing machines, so everywhere Yaskawa's motion control products are being used. And most importantly, our servo motors are also used in the robot also. And to talk about the industrial robot, Yaskawa is the only company in the world who makes each and every component of the industrial robot. We make our own manipulators, we make our own controllers, we have our own softwares, we have our own servo motors. As a matter of fact, our competitors also use our servo motor in their robots. This is our complete product lineup as far as the industrial robot is concerned. As I said that the first all-electric robot was developed by Yaskawa in 1977. And now it's been close to 50 years that during all these 50 years, we have brought the different types of manipulators and different versions of the controller. We have the arc welding, spot welding, handling robot, pick and place robot, then press automation robot, collaborative robot, biomedical robot, dual arm robot. So we have the very vast range of the industrial robot, and ours is the company who has got the highest number of robot model, close to 200 robot models we have in the industrial robot portfolio. And you can see that by 2023, we have shipped 600,000, means 6 lakhs robot has been shipped by Yaskawa all across the globe. These are our facilities where we make the robots. We have 3 facilities, 3 factories in Japan. 4th one is coming up, very large factory is coming up. Plus we have the factory in Slovenia, in Europe. And the 5th largest factory is one more coming up in the US. So apart from the products, Yaskawa India also offer the customized solutions in both the division, in the drives and motion division as well as in the robotics division. So if we talk about the drives and motion division, so we supply and we design, manufacture the VFD panels, which are complied by the IEC standards and tested by the IEC. And we have got a very good expertise in making the high power VFD panels. We also supply the customized panel for the HVAC industry. If we talk about the customized solutions in the robotics, then we offer the customized solutions for the arc welding, spot welding, then handling application, pick, pack and palletizing for automotive industry as well as for the non-automotive industry, as well as we also make the single axis and 3-axis positioner which we supply to our arc welding customers. And we are known in the market for giving 24/7 and 365 days after sale service. We have 75 service engineers, including both the division, who are spread across the country. And we are, all the branch offices are equipped with the necessary spare parts as well as the robots for training to the customers and conducting the trial of the customer's component. Then we offer the AMCs, PM. Then we also do the repairing of the teach pendant, welding power source. We also do the retrofitting and the refurbishing of all the old robots. That is what our portfolio for the after sales. So these are our offerings for the after sales. And these are the market what we serve. We serve the automotive industry, including OEM and Tier 1, then food, pharma industry, beverage industry, and all the general industry, whether it's a steel plant, whether it's a paper plant, whether it's a metal fabrication, all kind of industry we are supporting with the help of our products. And as I said that we have state-of-the-art product, and with our customized solutions and the leading cutting-edge technology, I take pride in stating that we have the complete product basket as well as the complete solution basket in order to meet the world-class manufacturing need of the market. And if you look at these, all these companies are like the food and pharma industry, beverage industry, automotive, OEM, Tier 1, as well as some educational institutions. We supply our robots. And none of like the big account is left out of it. These are all our customer base. And this is one of the more very niche initiative we are taking. We are tied up with the Tata Technology. So Tata Technology under their CSR initiative is modernizing all the government ITI, Industrial Training Institution. We know that in India, there are 3 layers of the technical educations. One is the ITI, followed by the Polytechnic and Engineering. So Tata Technology in collaborations with the other OEM partners are modernizing. And we are with them from the last 4 years. And so far we have supplied 1,300 plus robot and almost more than 500 variable frequency drive kit. And in this, each and every ITI is fully equipped with all the state-of-the-art products. Now we have done in the Karnataka, we have done in Bihar, we have done in Uttar Pradesh, we have done in Assam, we have done in Telangana, we have done in Tamil Nadu, and now all the remaining states are getting upgraded in all these ITI and the Polytechnic. And last but not least, the corporate social responsibility. We do the CSR also. And one of the good initiative what we have taken in our company is we are giving opportunity to all our employees. So we tell them to give back to the society from where they have come. So all our employees, we are giving them opportunity, whether it's our school or college. So we ask them to do something for the institute where they played a very important role in building the career of our employees. As a matter of fact, I personally have done in my school, in my Polytechnic college and in my engineering college, we have established the robotic lab. As well as our president, Mr. Salvi also, he is passed out from the Goa Engineering College. So there also we have established the robotic lab as well as the VFD lab. So this kind of initiative, CSR initiatives we are taking in order to ensure that the students get the latest updates on the robotic and industrial automation. So that is basically our main aim. So that's all from my side. And once again, thank you very much for listening me very patiently. And thanks to CICU for giving this opportunity. And have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presence, sir. And now we would like to present you a memento as a token of appreciation and respect. I request Mr. J.S. Pogal and Mr. Hani Sethi to please join me on stage. Once again, can we please give them a round of applause? Now, ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for our title sponsor, Yaskawa India Private Limited. Thank you, sir. I wish you a great evening ahead. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to welcome on stage our keynote speaker. He is indeed a very inspiring personality for everyone present here. Ladies and gentlemen, a prominent industry leader serving in roles across the regional industrial associations and government advisory bodies, reflecting his deep influence in steel and manufacturing sectors. I hope अब तक आपको idea हो चुका होगा हम किन की बात कर रहे हैं. An alumnus of IIT Delhi, a gold medalist from IIM Ahmedabad and trained at Stanford and Harvard. He has led significant capacity expansion and modernization efforts since taking charge of Vardhaman Steels Private Limited. Under his leadership, steel output rose from around 60,000 ton to 1,70,000 ton, while turnover surged from rupees 250 crore to over rupees 1,100 crore. This is really something worth appreciation. I request everyone present here, let's have a thunderous round of applause to welcome on stage none other than VCMD Vardhaman Steels Private Limited, Mr. Sachit Jain. It's an honor to have you here, sir. Welcome.
Upkarji, Jassi, David, other members of the executive committee, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here today. Upkarji has been asking me for some time if I can come and talk, but it has to be a topic which makes sense to me, where I know a little bit. This topic also I know only a little bit because my focus is really people, leadership, change management. तो कोई भी टॉपिक मिलता है मैं वही चीज डाल दूंगा उसके बीच में. I hope English and Hindi together is okay. Okay, thank you. So this idea of world-class manufacturing is a mindset. Because कई बार हम जुगाड़ कर लेते हैं और काम चलाओ काम कर लेते हैं. उससे निकलना है. The previous speaker already talked about how India is going to become a manufacturing hub. The world forces are all aligned that manufacturing has to come to India. China, which was the manufacturing base for the entire world, COVID taught everybody that you need an alternate base. And then the geopolitical situations where people understand where China is aligned. The logical other country with a large population, growing population still, growing income is India. So India is a market as well as prowess in manufacturing, and particularly the way the government has understood that manufacturing is important. For the first time, a government has understood that manufacturing is important in the country. तो वहाँ से जब opportunity सही है, and लुधियाना जैसी जगह में, I came to Ludhiana 17 years ago. I mean, our group is headquartered here, but I personally came here 17 years ago. और लुधियाना की एक खासियत है, एक entrepreneurship energy, जो डायनामिज्म है वो बड़ी जबरदस्त है. All of you here. Now, this dynamism is essential for that world-class mentality. What was lacking is a vision कि ये world-class MSME में भी हो सकता है. We all thought world-class meant a Toyota. World class meant a Sony. World class meant a BMW. So world class meant these large organizations, these multinationals. हम छोटी कंपनी है, हमारी 50, 100, 300, 500, 1000 crore की turnover है. How the hell this concept applies to us? I'm sorry, it applies to us. So let me give you my story when I came to the steel business. Now today our turnover is 1700 crores. And we have just announced a new 2000 crore investment in a new steel plant, which will come up in Ludhiana. And I examined 9 states. Abhi recently, I believe, Madhya Pradesh ke CM आए थे, and opposition is criticizing this government कि भैया यहाँ की industry सारी वहाँ जा रही है. I examined 9 states under pressure from my board to look at other states, and I found, at least for me, Punjab is by far the best state to be in. And within Punjab, I said, फिर लुधियाना ही सही. So when I came to the steel business, it was a God-forsaken business for our group. Because it was felt we cannot survive against these big companies, blast furnaces and so on. जब आप survive ही नहीं कर सकते तो फिर हमारा ग्रुप तो टेक्सटाइल ग्रुप था, हम टेक्सटाइल में expand करे जा रहे थे, where we were a world-class company. Our fabric business, which my younger daughter looks after, is amongst the top 4 or 5 companies, businesses in the world. So we are in the world, we are at that level. और यहाँ पे हम survive ही नहीं कर सकते, तो वहाँ से I brought in the concept in this business that we want to have a world-class thinking. तो वो thinking आती है, तो you first start looking at quality on a sustainable basis. You need to look at safety on a sustainable basis. आज कहीं भी फैक्ट्री में जाओ आप लुधियाना में, largely, safety is disregarded. Quality, we are okay with माल बन गया, rejection side में कर दो, माल निकाल दो. There's the old joke. Somebody went from Punjab to Japan. He saw everywhere JIT, JIT, JIT. He said, what is JIT? Just in time. Sometime later, the Japanese comes to India. He says, everywhere shit, shit, shit. He said, what does this SHIT mean? Somehow in time. So, that concept has to change. Punctuality. I must compliment Sisu. You had said 7 o'clock, and within 2-3 minutes, we could start. And a round of applause for that. So, but in Ludhiana, a meeting at 9:30, and the person comes in at 10:15 nonchalantly. Bhai, anji ki ho gaya ji? Aadha pauna ghanta hi late hai. A world-class thinking means you are 1 minute late to a meeting, you are late. My meeting, somebody is 1 minute or 2 minutes late, I tell him, why are you late? There are times somebody has come from outside, he's come 15 minutes, I said, sorry, I can't meet you now. Because that concept out there. Or breakdown हो गया. What do? किसी तरह जुगाड़ करके चला लो. We never think of going to the root cause. कि भैया breakdown हुआ क्यों? ठीक तो करना है. But then start analyzing कि भाई हुआ क्यों? Then why analysis? Simple चीज़ है, कोई बहुत complicated चीज़ नहीं है. Nothing very complicated, nothing difficult. But very simple whys. Very simple plan everywhere. So in our steel plant, when I came here, we were getting 8 heats a day. And as we started eliminating waste, over time we have touched 25 heats a day. Same plant. Now, so 50,000 tons that we were making at that time, we are now making 215,000 tons. And in 3 years' time, we'll be making 270,000 tons from the same plant. Of course, we have continuously modernized and continuously changed transformers, other equipment we've added and so on, but the same plant. And we were able to get the world's best company in our business, Aichi Steel, as our JV partner. So when I, who knew nothing about steel, I think after 15 years I still don't know much, can do this, it starts with a thinking that what can you do which is world class. So productivity goes up when you think world class. Costs go down when you start thinking world class. You treat people better. Because if you have got a world class thinking, you will start treating people better. Lighting आपकी ठीक होगी. यहाँ पे वर्कर को क्या कहते हैं? पहिए. Am I right or not? Bhaiya word is a word of respect. पहिए is certainly not a word of respect. And there are ladies around, but I'll use some crude language. Pacho diye, pacho do, pacho de. This kind of language which I hear constantly. जब आप वर्कर की रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर सकते, अपने एम्प्लॉई की रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर सकते, if you can't respect your employees, where can you think of world class? You can all talk about lean manufacturing and all, that is next stage. I'm sorry, Upkarji, that is your topic, but I'm building the base. The base beyond that is how do we treat our people? Because you treat them like royalty, they will work like royalty. You treat them like world class, they will then start thinking world class. They will start thinking where is the scope for improvement here? Where is the scope for reduction of effort here? Where is the scope for automation here? When you look at safety, they think you are concerned about them. I meet daily 6 workers. Daily. If I'm in the office, 2:15 to 3 o'clock, unless there's a customer coming, I meet 6 workers. No officer, no supervisor, no industrial relations person, just 6 workers. And just general chit-chat. And I ask them, कि क्या चीज़ अच्छी लग रही है और क्या चीज़ खराब लग रही है. You will not be surprised, but every day I hear in the meeting, sir, ये safety बड़ी अच्छी लग रही है. तो मैं कहता क्यों? Why? कहता सर अगर हम सेफ होंगे तो हम मन लगा के काम करेंगे. A simple thing like that. Then they talk about कि सर काम करने में मजा आता है. मैं क्यों मजा आता है? We get treated well. We get respect. कोई गाली गलौच नहीं करता. हमारे यहाँ कोई मैनेजर भी गाली गलौच करेगा और पता चल जाए, he'll get hauled up. One manager slapped a worker, he was dismissed. So these are simple things I'm saying because यहाँ लुधियाना में एनर्जी बड़ी है आप में. You have the energy, you have the dynamism, you have the risk-taking ability. The big difference I'm finding between Aichi, our partners, and us, they are a Toyota Group company, they are Toyota's steel supplier. 70% of Toyota's steel goes from them. So they have the Toyota systems, everything. They are a world-class company. We are a very small company compared to them. But they tell me, Sachit-san, you move so fast, you decide so fast. I didn't tell them, but मैं क्या ये लुधियाने दी धरती दा है कि we can take a risk like that. We can buy a machine of 50 crores. Why? Because somebody else has bought it. And then we'll figure out how to take the advantage of that from that machine. So that dynamism, that risk-taking, that quick decision-making, coupled with respect for people, safety, quality orientation, problem-solving orientation, and waste reduction. I'll give you a couple of instances of waste reduction so you will understand for yourself. Time. सब कहते हैं कि भैया टाइम ही नहीं है, टाइम ही नहीं है, टाइम ही नहीं है. Am I right or not? And we, all of us sitting out here, we murder time on a daily basis. I was lucky. I read a book called Maverick in 1995. That one book taught me a large amount of management that I know. जो थोड़ा बहुत और रह गया, overall 3 books have taught me a lot of my management. Maverick was one. एक पुरानी किताब है डेल कार्नेगी की How to Win Friends and Influence People. And a third book, Theory of Constraints by Eliyahu Goldratt, which talks of theory of constraints. ये 3 किताबें पढ़ लो, you will understand manufacturing की है. मैं simple चीज से मैं in 3 minutes more I will tell you the basics of this book. Maverick में एक lesson ही सीख लो. वो कहता है how to make myself redundant in the organization. वो lesson मैंने सीखा वहां से. कि कोई कम, मैं कहता हूं why the hell am I required to do this work? You start asking that question. तो मैं 20 साल पहले कई बार डैडी से कहता था कि इतना टाइम क्यों लगता है इन चीज़ों में? कहते जब तुम सीट पे बैठोगे तब पता चलेगा. तो 15 साल से सीट पे बैठा हूं मैं स्टील की. वो दिन में 3-4 घंटे से ज़्यादा काम कैसे किया जाए, 4 घंटे ज़्यादा टाइम निकलता नहीं है. I am not able to find work more than 4 days. I was told when you sit on a hot seat, you will know. I am sitting on this hot seat. How to spend more than 4 hours at work? COVID then taught me कि भैया, it is okay to leave at half day. So I started leaving at half day. Then when I started meeting these workers, I leave at 3 o'clock. 2:15 to 3 o'clock is worker meeting, 3 o'clock I leave. Of course, my phone is available, I am contactable anytime. But एक simple चीज, किसी से पूछो, कोई supplier है यहाँ पे, all of you are suppliers to somebody, am I right or not? When you want your payment की कहते हैं बाऊजी आए नहीं है जी, चेक साइन करने लगे. Am I right or not? Similarly, आपके vendor भी, उनको भी ये जवाब होगा कि बाऊजी आए नहीं साइनिंग करने के लिए. I don't sign any checks. Why the hell should you waste your time in signing checks? तो 2 करोड़ रुपए से ऊपर का कोई चेक आता है वो मेरे पास आता है. मैं कहा why should I waste my time in signing checks? लोग दिन में 20-20, 30-30, 40-40 चेक साइन कर रहे होंगे. मैं हफ्ते में 1 चेक साइन करता हूं या 2 चेक साइन करता हूं. I'm just giving an example. So you start asking this question as you eliminate that your time, your efficiency of your people goes up. Then they will have time to improve things down the line. Because if they are waiting for you all the time, their efficiency goes down. So as you lean means you start improving, eliminating waste through your management hierarchy. Am I making sense? And you will see your people will be happier. They will be more efficient. They will have time to work on those problems, eliminate those problems that don't come up again. So we can go on because these are general topics I speak on. and how to win influence people, that book basically talks about how you treat people. मैंने वो किताब 8 या 9 बार पढ़ी है. And theory of constraints talks of हर complex system में हर factory की production डेढ़ी दुगनी हो सकती है. Imagine कर लो, if your factory's production goes up twice. Just imagine that. Look at how your bottom line will shoot up. So, Upkarji, if we have a session on theory of constraints sometime, I'll be happy to have a smaller session of people who are interested in that. Again, not as an expert, there are experts, as a user of theory of constraint. All Vardhaman Steel's productivity jo hui hai increase, all of it, I will give credit to this book, Theory of Constraints, and the lessons I have learned from the goal. Anyway, I have taken more time than I thought, but I thought I'll share these things. Gentlemen and ladies, we are sitting on a fantastic opportunity, and Ludhiana, you guys are absolutely amazing. And I must compliment CICU. At least you are doing your bit in getting this training, getting these kind of conferences, getting that thinking across. Enjoy this journey. All the best.
It was indeed very inspiring session. I was expecting more applauses from the house. Can we? Thank you very much, sir. And now we would like to present your memento as a token of appreciation, respect, and love. And for same, may I please call on stage with a huge round of applause Colonel Christopher and Mr. J.K. Sablog. I request both of you to please join me on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for both of gentlemen. Again, we thank Mr. Sachit Jain for joining us. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, gentlemen. We wish you all a great evening ahead. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next keynote speaker. He completed engineering from Government College of Engineering, Pune, and joined Tata Steel in the year of 2009. Over the last 16 years, he has had a diverse experience in leadership roles across all aspects of manufacturing in Tata Steel, from wire drawing to hot rolling to steel making. He also launched and led Tata Steel trademark EBITDA improvement journey, Shikhar. In Tata Steel long product, which was the acquisition of Usha Martin in the year 2019, now, I would like to add that he is the youngest chief in Tata Steel's history for more than 100 years. Let's have a huge round of applause to welcome on stage Mr. David William, Chief Ludhiana Project. A thunderous round of applause, more energy from the house. Good evening, sir.
Thank you. So yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Upkarji. Good evening, Mr. Sachit Jain. Esteemed members, all my colleagues in the industry, in the manufacturing industry, ladies and gentlemen. So it's indeed a pleasure to be here to connect with all of you. I have been in Ludhiana, I think, for the last 1.5 years only, and I think what CICU is doing is something amazing. I mean, the more people you meet, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you share what you're doing. And every time you share, you introspect what you're doing and what you can do better. So even as, I was just jotting down, Upkarji told me to speak something on world-class manufacturing. So I was just jotting down, what we've done as Tata Steel. We've been here, in the manufacturing sector for decades, centuries in fact. And there's still so much to learn and grow. So I think, thank you to CICU, thank you for these sessions, and I think looking forward to be more active with all of you. So coming to this topic, I think like Mr. Sachit Jain rightly said, I think it's an exciting time to be part of the Indian manufacturing sector, both for businesses, working professionals. It's a time where over the last, I would say 1 decade or so, there's been a quantum leap in the way manufacturing sector has grown in the country. A lot of it due to good initiatives like Make in India, Atmanirbhar, all those policies taken from the government, very quick, rapid adoption of Industry 4.0, which is basically IT, technology. And ultimately, primarily because of the entire domestic market segment that we have. I think that's been a backbone for India and for all of us, because we are kind of in a way resilient to global swings and recessions. So I think all of this put together has made the Indian manufacturing sector very attractive. And in fact, we are not playing catch up. In fact, we are soon setting the pace in the global environment. Also, all the geopolitical events which are happening, the trade wars, and like you rightly said, COVID has taught people that you have to de-risk your supply chains from China, and the next best destination is India. So if you see some numbers, which I just pulled out. So last calendar year, India exported manufacturing goods close to $321 billion. And this is expected to triple in the next 5 years, which means for the manufacturing sector, that's a huge opportunity. So are we there? Are we ready to capitalize on this? Are we ready to make the most of this situation? So that's where I think conferences like these, topics like these, philosophy, like he rightly said, such mindset, it's a mindset actually, it's not about a prescriptive tablet, it's a mindset. That's where this kind of a mindset will help us, will enable us to capture the global market. Because with doors opening, with global market, you're going to have global competition as well. And competition out there has been in this field for decades. In fact, world-class manufacturing came out of the Japanese revolution in the 60s and 70s. So if you see Japan in 1950, after it came out of World War II, started exporting goods to the US and European markets. But what happened, the Japanese goods that time were very poor, very inferior in quality. And they were very quickly washed out of those markets. So Japanese guys went back in the 60s, early 60s to 70s. They came back and they worked on all these, what we call today the Toyota way, TPM. All that is what they worked in that point in time. It got coined later. And they came back to these US markets, to the European markets in the late 70s and 80s. And their quality was outstanding. And that's where Japan has been ever since. So all this world-class manufacturing and lean and everything that is coined today has come out of that. So I think for us also in India, I think it's an apt time wherein we all get this world-class behavior ingrained in us. And so while there's lots to talk about in world-class manufacturing, I like to restrict myself to 3 major buckets. One is on quality, which he also rightly pointed out. Second is on tech, which is very relevant today. And third is on sustainability, which is going to be very relevant tomorrow. So in quality has been there for ages. I mean, quality, ever since you started manufacturing or stepped into manufacturing, you hear about quality. Sahi quality banana hai, quality ka sab checklist follow karna hai, TC tabhi milega, maal tabhi jayega. I mean, you hear this forever. But quality is something which is different. I mean, when you're working with Aichi, you will see it's a culture. And Indians, we intrinsically, I mean, we are masters at Jugaad, which is great in a way, but it's not really helpful to have this quality mindset. I'll give you an example. We are commissioning a new plant in Jamshedpur right now. And we put a world-class equipment. It's called COX. Those in the steel industry will know. So we put this COX block. It's come from Germany. And there was some particles of debris, basically, some debris which went into the oil and which went into the gearbox. So the German guys are there. They're there at site. They stopped complete operations. They said, nothing doing, we cannot operate this. And we are the Indian mentality, that jugaad. We are like, oh, don't worry, we'll drain out this oil, we'll put new oil, we'll do this, we'll get it started. We're going to meet target, we're going to meet deadline, we're going to get the production numbers, we're going to show that it's commissioned. But they were firm. They were firm saying that if you do this, we are leaving. This equipment is your responsibility. And they didn't budge. And so we had to follow what all they said. It took us 1 month. It took us 1 month after that to get that equipment fixed, just for some debris. But this is what is called quality culture. Today, for us, quality on the shop floor is you have a checklist, you tick it, you, like you rightly said, you got some rejected, usko hata do, jo sahi bana hai, usko bhej do. I mean, that is what is quality for us today, but that's not what's going to work when you go into the global scenario. Because you got there in the global market, you got Japan, you got Germans, they're in the global market for decades. And they have been ingrained in this quality culture. And this is what they refer to as quality culture. So if we've got to play in the global markets, if we have got to be competitive, there's a global market already has its own impediments. You got logistical problems, you got distance, you got language, communication, understanding, culture, and to add it, if you have even one failure in quality, you lose trust. You lose trust, then it's years, months, years to build back that trust. Because you already, it's not easy. It's not Ludhiana se Chandigarh bhej diya, ya Delhi bhej diya, ya Jamshedpur bhej diya. It crosses boundaries. It crosses a lot of regulations. So I think if we really have to be world class, I think quality is something which we need to get it as a culture, not as a tick box. And it cannot just be done by, quality का मैंने 4 आदमी रख दिया, वो 4 आदमी से check हो जाएगा. It's not like that. Quality has to be, you got to walk the talk right from the QC inspector right up to your boardrooms and your topmost management. And that's where only then will this culture flow in. Because the German who came in there, he was not a MD or a general manager. He was a technician for that product. And that is why Cox has this name today. Because this is the quality standards they maintain. So quality is something which I think we need to realize that it's not just a SOP, but it has to become ingrained in our DNA. So that's one. Second, what I wanted to talk about was technology. See, lean manufacturing, which we are talking about, just in time, all this has been there for years now, has been there for decades. And some way or the other, today, we deploy it. We deploy it in our, everybody deploys it. It's no longer become the differentiating factor. Today, if you do, let's say in bearings, if you do just in time or VMI, vendor managed inventory, everybody does it. So if SKF comes and tells me that they're doing VMI, even Timken does it, everybody is doing it. So this just in time, all of this is very important. It's very important, it's still very relevant, and it's still a must and a basic. But if you don't have technology, if you don't have AI, you're not going to be a differentiator. See, today, just sitting at home, you open Blinkit, you can order whatever you want. You can order whatever you want, it comes to your doorstep anytime in the day. Anytime in the day, night. That's where technology has taken supply chain to. If you see, for example, YouTube and Netflix, most of the time you don't even know what you want to watch, but YouTube recommends it to you, Netflix recommends it to you, and you watch it. That's where, see, earlier you would have to go to cinema theaters or something like that. today, Netflix is there on your phone, on your iPads. You just open it, you watch, and that's where technology has taken. See, technology is not something to be, like a holy grail or something. It's not something to be scared of. Huh? I remember in 2013 or 14, I think when Amazon and Flipkart came in. So there was buzz that abhi sara dukan band ho jayega, retail shop band ho jayega, brick mortar shop, kirana dukan, sab, nothing stopped. I mean, nothing stopped. Those who embraced technology, those who also put up their own businesses online, they grew. But nothing, no malls got wiped off. In fact, you're having more malls come in, you're having more shops come in. But these retailers used this platform, used this technology as an added avenue for their business, as an added platform to increase revenues. So that's where we are today. AI is not only about replacing people. You've got robotics, yes, very important, very leading edge technology. You've got all of these tools which are there, but they're very expensive. But AI today is cheap. AI today is cheap and readily accessible. Readily accessible. I'll give you an example. In our plant in Jamshedpur, it's a very old plant. We had acquired it from Usha Martin. It's a plant which Tata Steel had installed in 1957. Then Tata Steel decommissioned it in 1997. 10 years later, Usha Martin bought it. They refurbished it. They used it. This is the background of this plant. In this plant, so there's obviously no sensorization, there's nothing. But there were certain key equipments which were very important to us. And any breakdown in that equipment, because of its accessibility issue, it would take a lot of time, a lot of production loss. So we wanted to fix this. So we reached out to some startups, Minto AI, in Delhi. He's based out of Delhi. A small company, very small company. There was huge resistance in me getting them onboarded also, because in Tata Steel, we don't take too small companies also. Small company, 10, 15 guys, 2, 3 guys came to us. They had these magnetic kind of sensors, which just clip on to your equipment. To any rotating equipment, they just clip on. So these magnetic sensors, 24,000 per sensor, it gives you pressure, it gives you temperature, it gives you vibration. Through Wi-Fi, it gives it to your network. And you can also send it across through the internet. So so they said they needed some 8 or 10 sensors. We put these 8 or 10 sensors, magnetically clipped on. And I'm telling you, I think we spent about 4 lakhs or something on this, plus some 1.5 lakhs for Wi-Fi, because we didn't have Wi-Fi there. And within 5.5 lakhs, this entire setup was done. It took us 2 months or something. And the data that they started throwing up, so it took time. It took around 6 months for them to train the data. That's important, so that you don't get garbage information. So 6 months later, we had some erratic reading. So this guy is based out of Delhi. He calls my maintenance guy. He says that there's something wrong in your that particular equipment. These readings are not normal. Do you have to train the data, or is there something genuinely wrong? So this guy is also like, he told me, I said, go and check, let's see if he's saying something. There might be something, let's see it. So in the next downtime which we had, we went and saw what probably could be wrong. We realized that one of the interconnecting bolts had sheared off and it was vibrating. And we fixed that. We fixed that bolt. We started the plant. We called him again. He said the data is normal. So I'm saying, if that one bolt we wouldn't have changed, it would have cost a 12-hour delay again. And that's AI. It costed us 5 lakhs. It's some few 10, 12 startup guys. And today, so then we horizontally deployed it because it was a great success. And then we had numerous such examples where we were able to avoid delays because of this simple AI. So my point is, AI is not some sci-fi movie. It's not that today. AI is how you enable आपके frontline manager, maintenance manager, sales manager, जो front line में है, to take smart decisions. And there is ample data today. I think we've got to embrace it. And those who embrace tech, AI, I think it'll only help you compete in the global markets, because out there everybody is doing it. Out there everybody is doing it. So I think we should also have some kind of a forum where we can get these startups to come in, because there are many. I can also give you some good leads. There are many good startups who have these very simple, easy to use, cheap and quick solutions. So I think we, through CICU, maybe we can organize something wherein we have this, we have a symposium or something like that. And these startups, because it's very hard to find these startups. So we can get them to come here, present to all of us. And then who knows what might get installed. Because I'm telling you, I feel where we lack today is knowledge of what exists today. I mean, if all of us get to know what exists, I'm pretty sure we'll have 50-60% AI adoption straight away over here. So I think something like that we can organize. So the question is not about adopting technology, it's about how fast we do it. Only then, and get it into our day-to-day working, it's going to help us be world class and compete in the global level. Finally, what I'd like to talk about is sustainability. This word for years has been a side topic, or a topic where you put it for presentation, for good green stuff on your website or brochure, but it never really meant anything practical. Or it was for the bigger companies like the global Apple and all of that. But sustainability is becoming relevant. It's real. I mean, if you see the last 20 years, I remember when I was growing up, I grew up in Pune. Pune never touched 40 degrees ever in summer, ever, when I was growing up. Today, 44, 45 is common. In Ludhiana, I was surprised, last year it touched 49, 50. I mean, 20 years back even, I mean, most of you all maybe remember 30, 40 years back also. We never had temperatures ranging beyond 40 and all used to be, I mean, unheard of. Rising temperatures, unpredictable weather, huge loads of waste material lying. I mean, all these are real concerns, real. And today, if you go into the global markets, when we supply to a lot of auto manufacturers, I had my colleagues from the auto vertical go to a company last week. So he asked them, how much of your steel is recycled? That was one of the starting conversations. Today, customers demand what you're doing for sustainability. And the more faster we embrace it, the more better prepared we'll be. Tomorrow when this becomes, I mean, there are government norms coming in. There's already carbon credit system which India is putting in. Europe already has a very tight norm on cross-border carbon adjustment. You sell steel there, you get penalized carbon in terms of monetary value. So this is becoming relevant. It's very relevant in the steel industry. You also might be knowing it. It'll be very relevant to every one of you. So my point is, it's a thing that we've got to be aware of. It's a thing that we've got to know. See, Tata Steel 8 years ago, we started this sustainability journey 8 years ago. We didn't know anything in sustainability. We didn't know what is CO2 footprint, CO2 emission. We did a lot. 8 years back, Tata Steel got a lot of people from US, Carnegie Institute, to teach us what is sustainability. So you know what we used to have that time? Just to create awareness, we would have one sustainability page. Every employee in the company was given. In that you would have to feed how many kilometers traveled by bus, by car, by bike, how many flights taken, how many trains traveled, what is your electricity bill. You just feed this. It would tell you my carbon footprint in a year, and how much trees I would have to plant to negate that carbon footprint. So this is very small stuff, not that it created a big change, but it just brought in realization at a personal level that how each one of us are contributing to this CO2 or in global warming. Of course, we've moved a long way in that. The steel plant that we are putting here, I am here in Ludhiana. only because of Tata Steel's commitment to sustainability. In India, if you would ask any steel player, a blast furnace route would make way more money than scrap-based business. Way more money if you're in a given business. So for Tata Steel, if we were to expand, if we have limited capital, we also have limited capital, we would love to go through the blast furnace route. But why are we putting this scrap-based steel? Only with our vision. So we envision to hit 1.8 tons of carbon dioxide per ton of steel by 2030. And for that, we need 4 such plants. And that's the only reason why we put this. The only reason why we put this is to ensure that we hit that vision of CO2 emission as an average in India. And so Tata Steel has moved a lot since then, and there's good awareness. So we also, our union leaders, our workers, we've trained everybody in sustainability. We've told them what it means. We told them what it means in the shop floor. So my urge to you, or if you're going global, I think we need to look at how we can reuse. Circular economy means you start with a product, you end back, you melt it like steel, and you reuse that product. So how we convert our supply chains, internal supply chains, maybe let's say you have a gearbox, how you can reuse it, how you can refurbish it. All these contribute to circular economy. And it's a thing which is becoming real. It's a thing which is being asked by all global players. So as I wrap up on these 3 things, quality is no longer negotiable. It is no longer a thing you negotiate on. It's your entry ticket to the global market. It's your survival ticket, in fact, in the global market. See, in a world where the expectations are rising, in a world where patience is diminishing, every product that you sell it takes your reputation along with you. So in a world where you got so less of diminishing patience, one-off product, one-off heat in steel terms, and off your reputation goes along with that. So quality is no longer negotiable. Technology is no longer optional. It's going to be the backbone on which we are going to compete. So, data-driven decisions at ground level, connected equipments like these sensors, these are going to be your competitive advantage today, but it's going to be a necessity tomorrow. It's going to be a necessity tomorrow. The faster we embrace it, the better. And sustainability is no longer a moral obligation. It's no longer becoming a moral obligation. It's going to be a strategic decision. The global markets are demanding it already. The climate, environment, the planet is already demanding it. And most importantly, our future generations will demand it. So I think as manufacturers here, as we look at this next decade of great growth in India, I think rather than just focusing on output, kitna nikla, I think we should look at being the most respected, most trusted, and most reliable manufacturer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for this insightful session. And now, to present him a memento as a token of appreciation and respect, may I please invite on stage Mr. Amrish Jain and Mr. Rohit Pava. I request you both to please join me on stage, and I request everyone present here, let's give them both a huge round of applause. Welcome on stage, gentlemen. Can we please give him a big round of applause? With that, we again thank Mr. David William for his time and for this insightful session. Thank you, gentlemen. So now, ladies and gentlemen, before we start with our first panel discussion, now we are going to share a special video with all of you. This video is about Empro. Empro is a leading real estate consultant firm in North India, recognized for its commitment to professionalism, integrity, and high standards. The firm excels in delivering tailored and real estate solutions. Please draw your attention towards the screen for the Empro video. So that was the video from Empro. ये जो video आपने अभी देखा, this is from their project CM Infinia, which is located in Ludhiana. And now, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we are moving on to the panel discussion. I humbly request all our speakers, as we are running a bit late on time, so please be precise with your time. Ladies and gentlemen, the first panel discussion, the topic for Fireside Chat, Principle of Manufacturing Excellence. And to conduct this, first we would like to welcome on stage our moderator, Mr. Gautam Sikri. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for gentlemen. Mr. Gautam Sikri is the Managing Director of Ramson's Cycle Private Limited, a seasoned entrepreneur and industry leader from Ludhiana. He has served as past chairman for Indian Entrepreneurs Collective and past president of JCI Ludhiana, a certified national trainer with Junior Chamber International. He actively mentors and coaches young leaders across India. Can we please give him a huge round of applause? Welcome on stage, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming on stage gentleman who is known an absolute gentleman. Mr. Upkar Singh Ahuja is the chairman and managing director of New Swan Group and president of CICU Ludhiana, a dynamic entrepreneur and environmentalist with over 39 years of experience. He has played a major role in transforming Punjab's MSME sector through innovation, sustainability, and skill development. He is on stage. You can give him a huge round of applause. Please continue with that. Under his leadership, New Swan has grown into a global OEM supplier with 10 plants and 4 joint ventures. He is widely recognized for reviving SICC units, promoting industry excellence, and leading impactful initiatives in employment, environment, and industrial growth. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hello. A very good evening, everyone. I can see a lot of familiar faces in the audience, and greetings to everyone. First of all, congratulations to CICU for organizing this wonderful event. And I'm pretty glad that CICU Ludhiana takes this initiative to promote excellence in industry, to bring on more professionalism in Ludhiana. On that note, I have a very, very important question to begin with. एंड उपकार जी से मैं ये पूछना चाहूँगा सर, सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन, लेबर आ गई है? That was on a very light note, but that is a very prevalent question सभी के पास, right? Isn't it? And I can see a lot of nods in the audience. हाँ, सवाल तो सही पूछा है. सर, उपकार जी, I see you as a doyen of manufacturing excellence. May I first of all begin by questioning the very ecosystem that we are sitting in. Is Ludhiana, our beautiful city, still can it become a hub for manufacturing excellence for world? Can it become a space for world-class manufacturing? क्या हम यहाँ पर सोच सकते हैं इस बारे में?
तो बिफोर आई स्टार्ट, मुझे ना जो पैनल में हम नए नए जाने लगे तो मुझे बड़ा डर लगता था कि मॉडरेटर पता नहीं क्या पूछे. तो जस्ट टू, हमने 2 बड़े थॉट प्रोवोकिंग सेशन सुने हैं, थोड़ा आप इंजॉय भी कर लो. तो मेरे एक दोस्त हैं, पॉलिटिशियन है, तो कहते जी क्या था कि हम तो पॉलिटिशियन है, पता नहीं लोग कुछ भी पूछ लेते हैं. तो मेरे मामा जी ने एक स्टोरी सुनाई थी. कहते जी हमने ऐसे आता था स्कूल में, हमने याद किया फुटबॉल का ऐसे, तो वहाँ पे आ गया एरोप्लेन का ऐसे. तो फिर हमने शुरू किया कि एरोप्लेन में बैठे हो, उड़ना शुरू हुआ तो नीचे फुटबॉल का मैच हो रहा था. तो फिर हमने फुटबॉल का मैच लिखना शुरू कर दिया. तो जो मॉडरेटर जो मर्जी पूछे, हमें जो आता है हमने वही जवाब दे. तो देखो, वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, अभी मिस्टर डेविड, मिस्टर सचित, बड़ा अच्छा इन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया. तो आई थिंक ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, आई ऑपरेट इन 5 स्टेट्स. कोई लुधियाना में कमी नहीं है कि हम वर्ल्ड क्लास ना बन पाए. मगर जो हमारा अभी देखो, बहुत सारे यूथ बैठे हैं. मुझे किसी पैनलिस्ट ने पूछा कि व्हाट विल बी द एवरेज एज, आई सेड लेस देन 40. क्योंकि जब मैं सीसू में नया नया आने लगा तो जो पुरानी जनरेशन थी ना, वो कहते यार हम तो 40 साल से लगे हैं, तुम आज आ गए हो पढ़ाते. तो व्हाट वी डिड, जस्ट इज सिटिंग, अदर फ्रेंड्स आर सिटिंग, वी फॉर्म्ड ए यंग बिजनेस लीडर फोरम. तो यंगस्टर्स, वी डिड मैनी प्रोग्राम्स एंड दे आर डूइंग वंडर. इट इज़ ओनली योर विजन कि आप वर्ल्ड क्लास के लिए देखो. बड़ी छोटी इंडस्ट्री का फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. हम कहते हैं जी ये तो बड़ी इंडस्ट्री की बात है, दोज हु आर हैविंग डीप पॉकेट्स. हम ताइवान, जापान, इवन चाइना ट्रैवल करते हैं, वहाँ छोटी छोटी इंडस्ट्री है और उनकी जो प्रैक्टिस है वो वर्ल्ड क्लास है. पहले जाते ही उनका एनपीडी सेंटर है, उनका आरएनडी सेंटर है. देखो, मैं एसएमई को या एमएसएमई को कभी ये नहीं बोलता कि आप 5 करोड़ की मशीन ले आओ. मैं ये कहता हूँ कि अपना कल्चर इम्प्रूव कर. लेबर शॉर्टेज की बात है, देखो लेबर वहाँ जाएगी जहाँ उसको गर्म खाना मिलेगा. वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक थ्योरी है, उसमें आप देख लो, वर्कर को गर्म खाना मिलना चाहिए, साफ़ सुथरा माहौल मिलना चाहिए, तो वर्कर विल कम. अब क्या होगा, जो छोटी इंडस्ट्री है, बहुत छोटी, उनके पास वर्कर शॉर्टेज रहेगी, क्योंकि वर्कर है जो बेटर पेड जो एरियाज है वहाँ चले जाएंगे. महाराष्ट्र में मिनिमम वेज 17,000 हो गई है, यहाँ भी लेबर कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी. तो नाउ वी हैव टू रीअलाइंड अवर प्रोडक्शन सिस्टम. अगर आप वही लेबर ओरिएंटेड काम करोगे तो यू विल बी इन मेस. अभी ऐसे काम करने चाहिए जिससे हमारी वैल्यू एडिशन बढ़े. 80% आप वही करते रहो जो करते हो, छेड़ो मत. मतलब ये ना हो कि नया चले ना पुराना, हम बोलेंगे जी हम तो मॉडर्नाइज हो रहे हैं. सो इसमें ऐसे है कि धीरे धीरे करके हमने भी ऐसे ही किया, धीरे धीरे करके जो लो वैल्यू एडिशन वाले प्रोडक्ट है हम कम कर दें। और हमने सरकार को बहुत हैमरिंग की है और मुझे बता के खुशी होगी, अभी लास्ट वीक एक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम आई है कि फॉर टेक फिनटेक उसके लिए वो 10 साल के लिए इंटरेस्ट फ्री लोन। जो हमारा चैलेंज है, हम कॉस्टली मशीन नहीं ले सकते, हम टेक्नोलॉजी के पैसे नहीं लगा सकते क्योंकि ब्याज बहुत है, 9-10%। इफ़ यू spend 9% interest, you can't invest in technology or even upgradation। हम 3 करोड़ साइकिल बनाते हैं, चाइना 30 करोड़ बनाता है। ऐसे ही ट्रैक्टर्स हैं, कंबाइंस है। सो अगर इंटरेस्ट रेट कम होगा और इंडस्ट्री का विजन बेटर होगा तो देयर इज नो वे लुधियाना इज बेस्ट प्लेस टू डू बिजनेस इन माई व्यू।
सर, सो एक स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइज का जो ओनर यहाँ फाउंडर जो बैठे हुए हैं यहाँ पे, क्या वो सोच सकते हैं एमएसएमई बनने का? और जो एमएसएमई ओनर्स यहाँ पर बैठे हैं, क्या वो एक एलएससी लार्ज स्केल एंटरप्राइज बनने का सोच सकते हैं अब एज इन 2025?
एज इन
2025 वी आर सिटिंग।
या बिल्कुल, देखो जिनका विजन है वो बन सकते हैं। और हमारे बहुत से यंगस्टर्स हैं, अभी एक स्टील का काम करते थे, ही जॉइंड ग्रोथ रेटर प्रोग्राम विद सीसू एंड ही डिक्लेयर्ड ऑन स्टेज। वो कहता मेरी 1 करोड़ से भी कम टर्नओवर थी, आज मैं 40 करोड़ का रहा हूँ। और वो सिंपल बार्स बना रहा है, कोई हाई एंड प्रोडक्ट नहीं बनाता। उसने कस्टमर्स बेटर ढूंढ लिए, कैश फ्लो बेटर कर लिया, थोड़े से प्रोडक्ट अपने एडवांस कर लिए। सो देखो ये तो हमें फाइन ट्यून करना पड़ेगा। अगर आप कहो कि जो काम 20 साल से चल रहा था वो आज भी चलेगा, वो कभी नहीं चलेगा। हर लेवल पे हमें अपग्रेडेशन चाहिए और डिवर्सिफिकेशन चाहिए। जो सैमसंग है, कभी वो ग्रॉसरी स्टोर था, तो आज देखो ऐसे ही बहुत सी स्टोरीज हैं जो बहुत छोटे छोटे काम से शुरू होकर आज मल्टीनेशनल है। लुधियाना तो मुझे लगता है कि टाटा स्टील आया, यहाँ 2-4 और कंपनीज आई हैं, कभी कोई बड़ी कंपनी आई नहीं है। ये सभी होम ग्रोन इंडस्ट्री है। अब ओसवाल ले लो, आप A1 ले लो, हीरो ले लो। सो वाई नॉट नाउ, बट नाउ द टाइम इज टफ क्योंकि कंपटीशन ज़्यादा है। आईटी का ज़माना है, आप एक कहीं भी बैठे आप प्रोडक्ट ढूंढ सकते हो। तो नाउ द चैलेंजेस आर यू कैन से मोर टफ, बट कुछ ऐसा नहीं है कि हम आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते।
आपने अभी आईटी की बात करी सर, क्या एसएमईज में भी आईटी की इम्पोर्टेंस अब बढ़ रही है? कैन वी अफोर्ड टू इम्प्लीमेंट एक्सपेंसिव सॉल्यूशंस लाइक ईआरपीज, और इज एआई रेलेवेंट फॉर स्मॉलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस लाइक आवर्स?
देखो एआई भी, जैसे हमारे पुराने कई दोस्त बैठे, एक जुगाड़ है। सो इवन इन योर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वी हैव डन ऑन वेरी सिंपल लाइंस के वी डू दी इंस्पेक्शन, और अगर मशीन समझ लो 30,000 स्टॉक लग गई टूल के तो मशीन अपने आप रुक जाती है। सो अगर ये आप एआई यूज़ करते हो, इट इज़ नॉट ए ह्यूज कॉस्ट, इट इज़ द चीपेस्ट वन। और अभी लेटर लिखने में, लेटर हमारा 4 बार गलत होता था, ठीक होता था, अभी आप सब लोग यूज़ करते हो कि फर्स्ट गो में ठीक हो जाता है। एंड कुछ भी ढूंढना है, यू कैन फाइंड वेरी फास्ट। सो एआई कैन सपोर्ट लुधियाना इंडस्ट्री लॉट, मगर हम उसके लिए पीछे हमने एक प्रोग्राम किया था, एआई हाउ वी कैन इम्प्रूव क्वालिटी प्रोडक्टिविटी विद एआई, एंड वी आर प्लानिंग लाइक आई एम ग्लैड टू शेयर दैट 2 labs we have set up. One is reverse engineering lab and second is IoT lab with the IIT Ropar are very successful, and we are planning shortly, क्योंकि AI में करने को बहुत कम है, कोई ज़्यादा नहीं है। और AI को जो प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग है वो ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट, क्योंकि वो तो बना बनाया AI है, आपको उसको प्रॉम्प्ट कैसे करना है, दैट इज़ द टूल यू मस्ट लर्न। तो सीसू में हम अभी रेगुलर इवेंट्स करेंगे, हमारे पास बड़े जो नॉलेजेबल लोग हैं, मुझे लगता है कि हम इसको यूज़ करके इंडस्ट्री को आगे लेके जाएं।
Sir, first of all, I mean, I'm thoroughly impressed how updated you are with the latest trends in technology. You are aware about terminologies like prompt engineering, जो बहुत सारे youngsters भी अभी सीख ही रहे हैं. So, अब next मैं जो पूछना चाहूँगा, there is something called large scale manufacturing and there is something called world class manufacturing. हम लार्ज स्केल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग तो सोच रहे हैं लुधियाना में, प्लांट, दूसरा प्लांट, उस प्लांट में ज़्यादा बड़ी प्रोडक्शन। वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चरर कैसे बना जा सकता है? आई नो सचित जी ने बात करी, अभी मिस्टर डेविड ने भी बात करी, बट अब हम वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चरर बीइंग इन लुधियाना कैसे बन सकते हैं सर?
देखिए, इट इज़ मोर अबाउट द माइंडसेट। वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के कोई 20 के करीब एट्रीब्यूट्स हैं। अगर उसमें आप 10 भी इम्प्लीमेंट कर लो, एक तो टाइमली डिलीवरी है, वही बातें हैं, टाइमली डिलीवरी है, कम्युनिकेशन एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। लुधियाना से कहते हैं मशीनरी ले लो तो उसकी सर्विस में बड़ी दिक्कत आती है। सब लोग जो हमारे दोस्त गुड़गांव, बेंगलोर,
सर
पुणे
पहली
में
बात तो लुधियाना से मशीनरी नहीं टाइम पर मिलती है, मुझे लगता है यहाँ पर कई मशीनरी
तो
सप्लायर्स बैठे होंगे।
चलो, अभी मशीन टूल इंडस्ट्री भी बड़ी इम्प्रूव कर रही है हमारी। सो ये चीज़ें अगर हम इम्प्रूव कर लें तो जो फैक्ट्रीज है नीट एंड क्लीन। और मैं आपको मुझे बता के खुशी है कि पिछले 10 साल में काफ़ी चेंजेस आई। जो यंगस्टर्स हैं वो चाहते हैं कि हम अपने बिजनेस को नेक्स्ट लेवल पे लेके जाएं, और मैं बहुत लोगों को जानता हूं जिन्होंने काफ़ी ग्रो किया है। सो लुधियाना कैन नो डाउट बी ए वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चर, और यहाँ बहुत छोटे छोटे यूनिट है जिनका दुनिया में नाम है। मगर ये है कि हमें जो अपनी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है उसको थोड़ा फाइन ट्यून करना पड़ेगा। मैं एक टायर मेकर के पास गया, बड़ा पुराना टायर मेकर है, बड़ी उसकी मुझे लगता था कि बड़ा पुराने तरीके से काम करता है, कैश रिच है। तो ही शोड मी टायर्स। वो कहता है जी ये टायर साइकिल का है, हम 575 रुपये का बेचते हैं। मैं गया था अपने सेंटर फॉर एक्सीलेंस के लिए चेक लेने के लिए, ये हम 575 का बेचते हैं, और ऑटो का टायर इससे महंगा है, ठीक है, और ऑटो में 100 बच रहे हैं। अब वो कहता है अगर हमारी इंडस्ट्री साइकिल का टायर भी नहीं बना पाएगी तो बताओ हम कैसे ग्रो करेंगे। सो ये माइंडसेट है जिन लोगों ने चेंज कर लिया है। देखो उसका बड़ा क्लियर फिनोमेना है कि 30% ऑफ योर रेवेन्यू, आप ये लिख लो, शुड कम थ्रू न्यू प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट। अगर आपका 30% रेवेन्यू नए प्रोडक्ट से आने लग गया, आपकी वैल्यू एडिशन बढ़ जाएगी। आप कार देखते हो, हर रोज़ नई कार आती है, मारुति 12 मॉडल निकालता है, महिंद्रा 5-7, वो इसीलिए है कि जब नया मॉडल आता है उसमें वैल्यू एडिशन ज़्यादा है। 5 साल के बाद हर चीज़ कमोडिटी बन जाती है। आजकल तो और फास्ट है, इक्विपमेंट लेने इजी है, लोग बाहर से चाइना से इंपोर्ट करते हैं, ताइवान से इंपोर्ट करते हैं। सो ये कंटिन्यूस चेंज है। हमें न्यू टेक्नोलॉजीज, न्यू प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट, कॉस्ट सेविंग, काइजन, बोके जोके, ये हर चीज़ हम 100 इवेंट, एसबी सिंह जी ने बोला 100 इवेंट साल में करते हैं। तो मैं समझता हूँ जो लोग उससे 10-15% भी अगर बेनिफिट उठाएं तो ही कैन डू इट।
So I belong to the tire industry and this is a very relevant point that you have raised कि हमारे लिए बहुत important है वैल्यू एडिशन के प्रोडक्ट्स लेकर आना, न्यू वैल्यू एडिशन के प्रोडक्ट्स। इन द न्यू स्वान ग्रुप you are supplying to Japanese companies also. Suzuki को आप सप्लाई कर रहे हैं, I think. So what are the 3 practices that you have brought in your organization जिसकी वजह से आप एज अ बहुत वैल्यूड वेंडर भी उनके अप्रूवल है, एंड आई थिंक यू ऑल्सो रिसीव्ड एन अवार्ड ऑफ एक्सीलेंस फ्रॉम देम. So what are, first of all, let's have an applause for them. There's, New Swan Group has received an award of excellence from Suzuki. So what were the 3 practices that you brought in? What were the 3 major changes? Because I know you were also one of the cycle part manufacturers initially. You have transitioned into an auto parts manufacturer and set new standards of quality. So what were the 3 pointers, sir, जो हम भी सीख लें यहाँ से?
One is new product development. So product development is very important because if, for example, a car maker declare that we will launch this car so and so date 4 p.m. So he has to launch. So we never missed our targets. So whatever development time is given, we have built up capacity in tool room. We have state-of-art equipments. We have trained people so that we can give the product on time and we can give the samples on time. Second is, wherever the volumes are good, we set up model line. Model line means it is the best line with minimum rejection, minimum helpers, and small jugards, AI, and maybe some sensors, so that we can check that parts are going on time. And third, we have put up the major plants are here, but our window plants are closer to the customer, so that he less communication time and just in time deliveries.
Next question is a bit personal one. I know you are so devoted to the cause of upbringing the Ludhiana industry, and you're devoting so much of time to this beautiful organization also. Something on systems management and delegation before we wrap up.
So we delegate, but frankly speaking, what Sachit was saying that I don't sign check, I like signing the checks. We have not reached to that level, but maybe we are improving, but our next generation, they are far better managed than us. So we still, frankly, I say honestly that we need a lot of improvement in terms of time management. And at CICU, we are, our General Secretary and our steering committee members are sitting. We do the best time management. We don't waste time there. Whatever we do there, that is productive.
Sir, whenever I have communicated with you, this is probably the third or fourth time I'm sitting on the same stage as you, and I've always learned something new. I've always had some takeaways for myself. You're so humble and grounded. May God bless you with continued wisdom. I know we have, I would have loved to chat more with you, but right now we are a bit pressed for time and schedule. Thank you so much, and thank you for giving the confidence in this audience कि आज भी लुधियाना में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में इन्वेस्टमेंट करी जा सकती है बजाय कि साउथ सिटी के नए प्लॉट्स में. तो थैंक यू सो मच वंस अगेन सर, and I can look forward to continue to learn from you. This is me, Gautam Sikri. Thank you so much, and thank you, Jassi Bhaiya, for giving me the opportunity to come over here and speak to the.
Thank you for asking the easy question.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for this very interactive session. And now we would like to present a memento to our moderator. For same, may I please invite on stage Mr. Lokesh Jain and Mr. Rajiv Sach. Gentlemen, I request you both please join me on stage. I would like to correct myself, Mr. Rajiv Sachar. Sir, please join me on stage. So let's do one thing. इन दोनों ने जितना इंटरेक्टिव इस सेशन को बनाया था उतनी जोरदार तालियां अब इनके लिए हो जाएं. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great evening ahead. And before we move on with the next panel discussion, we have one very special speech, an address by Mr. Ninad Mondkar, who is Head Learning and Development and AD Naik Wealth Limited. Mr. Ninad Madhusudan Mondkar has over 20 years of experience in personal finance and wealth management. He is a certified financial education instructor, CFEI, from National Financial Education Council, USA. He has trained students, working professional, business owners, income tax officers, and etc. Let's have a thunderous round of applause for Mr. Ninad. I request
Hi, good morning. I'm Prashant Gala from Mumbai.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vishali Saraswat.
Hi, I'm Amit Saraswat.
Hi, this is Jalal Chhabra.
मैं एक satisfied customer हूँ निखिल नायक जी का.
It's been a beautiful journey with Nikhil and his team.
NICWELL has been our financial advisor since 1990.
Before I had joined, sir, I had no wealth. But yeah, I started making a lot of wealth after that.
The way Nike Wealth चीजों को manage करती है extraordinary है.
Their intent is not to sell.
And I clearly told him हर महीने पैसा आएगा, गलती से भी मुझे जरूरत पड़े तो तोड़ के वापस मत देना.
And in last 33 years, we've not just built our portfolio, but we have built a family relationship with the entire NICWELL team.
Fact, figure और data के basis के ऊपर वो अपने client को guide करते हैं.
I'm truly fan of them.
Today, third generation of Saraswat family has been taking advice from NICWELL, and we cannot really think that another 10 generations we're going to go away anywhere else other than NICWELL.
Thank you so much, Nikhil Nayak and entire team for your services. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Good evening. एक बार वापस जोर से, हाँ, किसी की आवाज़ सुनाई नहीं दी मुझे. Good evening. थोड़ा एक बार थोड़ा टेम्पो आने दो, टेम्पो आने दो. आई अंडरस्टैंड 9 बज रहे हैं, लोगों को भूख लग रही है, मेरा टाइम भी ऐसा ही है, लेकिन फिर एक बार कोशिश करते हैं. थोड़ा टेम्पो, टेम्पो चाहिए. जय आहूजा साहब ने मुझे कहा है, सेठी साहब ने कहा है कि भाई सब लोगों के पास टेम्पो है, तो थोड़ा कोशिश करते हैं. वापस एक बार गुड इवनिंग. क्या बात है, क्या बात है. अच्छा, थोड़ा गला बैठा हुआ है, तबीयत नासाज है, तो ज़्यादा ज़ोर से बात नहीं कर पाऊंगा. ऐसे हो सकता है कि बीच में बात करते करते मैं थोड़ा खास जाऊं, तो प्लीज़ माफ़ कर दीजिएगा. सबसे पहले a humble thank you to the entire team of CICU for giving us this opportunity to be on stage. Thank you Ahuja Sahab, thank you Sethi Sahab, thank you Sukhdev ji. He's the guy who is running around and getting things organized. A huge round of applause for the CICU team yaar. Come on, they deserve that. Huge round. मैंने huge का huge. Tempo, tempo. थोड़ा tempo लाइए. क्या बात है. अच्छा, शुरू करने से पहले just to get to know you better, लुधियाना में से कितने लोग हैं? हाथ ऊपर कीजिए. लुधियाना में से पूरा हाथ ऊपर, आधा नहीं, पूरा पूरा. आधा नहीं होता है. अच्छा, लुधियाना के बाहर से कितने लोग हैं? अच्छा, कुछ लोग हैं जो लुधियाना के बाहर से. क्या बात है, बढ़िया है. अच्छा, अपना परिचय दे देता हूं सबसे पहले, शुरू करने के पहले. मेरा नाम निनाद मोनकर है, वेल्थ कोच हूं, बंबई में स्थित हूं, एडी नाइक वेल्थ में कार्यरत हूं. 36 साल से इस कंपनी में जुड़ा हुआ हूं. ये जो कंपनी है मोटा मोटी 4000 करोड़ की धनराशि संभालती है और जो क्लाइंट्स है वो 25 देशों में फैले हुए हैं. जब सुखदेव जी से बात हो रही थी ना, तो मेरा सवाल उनको यही था कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, इसमें वेल्थ कोच आके क्या करने वाला है? कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है ना वेल्थ कोच का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से. मैं करूंगा क्या आके? तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि सर, आपने ना एक मुझे कहानी बताई थी, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की कहानी, और मेरे पहले ना यहाँ पे जैन साहब थे, तो जैन साहब आई थिंक सो हैज गॉन राइट नाउ, बट जैन साहब ने ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की बात कही थी. तो टेकिंग अ क्यू फ्रॉम व्हाट जैन साहब सेड, मैंने सोचा कि आपको एक रियल लाइफ कहानी बताऊं, एन एक्चुअल स्टोरी ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. इंग्लिश चलेगा ना सबको? यस? क्या बात है. चलो, अभी ये जो कहानी है ना वो स्पोर्ट्स से जुड़ी हुई है. दिस स्टोरी इज ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स एंड दिस स्टोरी इज ऑफ द ब्रिटिश साइक्लिंग टीम. Now, I am going to take you back in time to the year 2003. So, we are going 12 years back in time. Now, before we understand कि ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या हुआ इस ब्रिटिश साइकिलिंग टीम का, पहले ये समझ लेते हैं कि ये ब्रिटिश साइकिलिंग टीम की उस वक्त की हालत क्या थी. जहां तक ओलंपिक मेडल्स की बात आती है ना, जहां तक ओलंपिक मेडल्स की बात आती है, they had won only one gold medal since 1908. 1908 से लेकर 2003 तक 95 years, and this British cycling team had won only one gold medal in the Olympics. Now when it comes to Tour de France, जिनको नहीं पता Tour de France क्या है, तो संक्षिप्त में अगर मैं बताऊं, तो जैसे क्रिकेट में जो वर्ल्ड कप होता है ना, जो क्रेज होता है वर्ल्ड कप के लिए, क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप के लिए, वैसे ही साइकिलिंग में टूर डे फ्रांस के लिए होता है. जहां तक टूर डे फ्रांस की बात आती है, नो ब्रिटिश साइक्लिस्ट हैड वन द टूर डे फ्रांस इन द लास्ट 110 years. 110 साल हो चुके हैं, लेकिन एक भी ब्रिटिश साइक्लिस्ट ने टूर डे फ्रांस नहीं जीता. इनकी हालत है 2003 में. अभी सिचुएशन इतनी खराब है, इतनी खराब है कि कोई भी बाइसिकल मैन्युफैक्चरर इनको स्पॉन्सर नहीं करना चाहता. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर इनके साथ मेरा ब्रांड अगर जुड़ गया ना, तो सेल्स बढ़ेंगे नहीं, घट जाएंगे. तो मुझे इनके साथ ना एसोसिएट होना ही नहीं है, किसी को इनको स्पॉन्सर ही नहीं करना था. ये इनकी हालत थी 2003 में. Now, ऐसी हालत में द ब्रिटिश साइकिलिंग टीम अपॉइंट्स डेव ब्रेल्सफोर्ड एज देयर परफॉर्मेंस डायरेक्टर, यानी कोच. अभी डेव ब्रेल्सफोर्ड जो है ना, उनकी एक तकनीक थी. हमने यहां पे ना ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की बात कही, बहुत सारे जो स्पीकर्स मेरे पहले भी आए उन्होंने भी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की बात यहां पे कही। अभी डेव ब्रेल्सफोर्ड को एक बहुत बड़ा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन लाना था। आपने हालत देख ली ना, इनकी हालत क्या है। और डेव ब्रेल्सफोर्ड को लाया गया एज अ कोच और उनको कहा गया है कि यू नीड टू ट्रांसफॉर्म दिस टीम नाउ। अभी डेव ब्रेल्सफोर्ड हैड अ फिलॉसफी, ही यूज्ड टू कॉल इट एज 1% चेंज। वो कहते थे कि ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जब भी लाना है ना, तो ओवरनाइट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन नहीं ला सकते। कभी भी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ओवरनाइट नहीं होगा। आपको जो बदलाव करने हैं वो छोटे 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 बदलाव करने हैं। और जब ये छोटे बदलाव एक साथ जुड़ जाएंगे ना, तब जाके ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन बहुत बड़ा होगा। ही यूज्ड टू कॉल इट 1% चेंज। और फिलॉसफी को वो कहते थे द एग्रीगेशन ऑफ मार्जिनल गेन्स। छोटे छोटे बदलाव जब एक साथ जुड़ेंगे, बदलाव बहुत बड़े हो जाएंगे। अभी उन्होंने ये कहा, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा, बहुत सारे मीडिया वाले बैठे थे, उनको सुना उन्होंने कहा यार ऐसे तो बहुत सारे लोग आके गए, बहुत सारे लोगों ने बहुत कुछ कहा, हालत तो देख लो इनकी, क्या ही होने वाला है, कुछ होने नहीं वाला है, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होने ही नहीं वाला है। डेव ब्रेल्सफोर्ड काम पे लग गए। 1% चेंज। ही ट्राइड टू चेंज एवरीथिंग एंड एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू बाइसिकल राइडिंग। सबसे पहली चीज जो उन्होंने बदली वो बाइसिकल की सीट थी। He made it far more comfortable for the riders to ride on. He rubbed alcohol to the tires of the bicycle. Why? So that it can grip the road faster and better. He changed the suit that the bicycle riders used to wear. He made it far more aerodynamic. So that जब riders चलाएंगे ना, तो हवा को चीरते हुए चले जाएंगे आगे. So he made it aerodynamic. इतना ही नहीं, he tried various massage gels and he chose that massage gel that gave a faster relief to the riders. उन्होंने 2003, 2004, 2005 में एक सर्जन को हायर किया, सर्जन को, to teach people how to wash their hands. Why? बिकॉज सबसे ज्यादा बीमारियां गंदे हाथों के वजह से होती थी। आप और मैंने हाथ धोना कोविड में सीखा, बराबर? और ये 2003, 2004, 2005 की बातें हैं। He hired a surgeon to teach them how to wash their hands so that they don't fall sick. He even redesigned the pillows and the mattresses of all the riders. क्यों? क्योंकि आप और मैं अलग अलग तरीके से सोते हैं। What pillow may give you comfort will not give me comfort. And a good night's sleep is required for you to perform better the next day. You agree? Now, he even hired a truck. और ये ट्रक का काम ये था to transport the bicycles from location A to location B. And he painted it completely white. क्यों? क्योंकि व्हाइट कलर पे ना जो डस्ट होती है, जो धूल होती है ना, वो दिख जाती है। और अगर डस्ट साइकिल के साथ जुड़ गई, बिकॉज दीज आर साइक्लिस्ट, दे आर कॉम्पिटिंग इन अ रेस, एक एक सेकेंड बहुत मैटर करता है। तो अगर डस्ट दिखती है तो फटाफट इसको हम लोग साफ कर सकते हैं। ऐसे बहुत सारे चेंजेस करते गए। इतना समय मेरे पास है नहीं कि मैं सारे चेंजेस आपको बता सकूं, बट दैट स्टोरी आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू इज दैट ही वेंट ऑन मेकिंग दो स्मॉल 1% चेंजेस। नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड? सबसे पहला टेस्ट उनका आया इन द बीजिंग 2008 ओलंपिक्स। सभी लोगों ने इनको तो राइट ऑफ ही कर दिया था, क्या ही कर ले हुए यार, 1% चेंज कुछ नहीं होता। In the Beijing 2008 Olympics, this same British cycling team went on to win 60% of the gold medals. 60%. Now that was a shocker. मतलब जिम्बाब्वे ने वर्ल्ड कप जीता, ये कैसा शॉक लगता है ना हमें। जिम्बाब्वे ने क्रिकेट का वर्ल्ड कप जीता, अरे ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता, कैसे पॉसिबल है, ये तो फ्लूक होगा। देखते अगली बार क्या करते, देखते। The next test came in London 2012 Olympics. This same British cycling team went on to set 9 Olympic records and 7 world records. In fact, 2012 was the very first year when Sir Bradley Wiggins became the very first British cyclist to win the Tour de France. 2013, 15, 16, 17, another British cyclist by the name of Chris Froome went on to win the Tour de France. From 2007 to 2017, 10 years, this British cycling team went on to win 178 world championships, 66 Olympic and Paralympic gold medals, and 5 Tour de France. That, my friends, is the power of coaching. This is what CICU and the entire team members are trying to do here. They're trying to coach you to become better at what you do. They're trying to ensure that you transform as a leader. Now, we as wealth coaches also look for that tiny margin of improvements, those 1% changes that can help business owners just like you. What you can see on your screen is an actual portfolio of 18 years where the business owner has gone on to make 171 crores. We looked for those tiny margin of improvement, the 1% changes, which helped him to reach 171 crores. Now, we have been doing that consistently for 36 years, helping 5,660 families spread across 296 pin codes in India and across 25 countries in the world. The total assets that we manage is close to rupees 4,048 crores. And we do that consistently with over a 90-member team. Abhi 75+ member team nahi hai, it's a 90+ member team. We have also been awarded twice by CNBC TV 18 as one of the finest wealth coaches in India. Remember this line of the great John Wooden. John Wooden कौन थे? तो वो बास्केटबॉल कोच थे और उन्होंने ये कहा है, a good coach can change a game, but a great coach can change a life. With this, what I want you all to do is to take out your mobile phones and scan this QR code and join this community that we are building here. We are building a community of business owners just like you who want to build a personal net worth of rupees 100 crores. Okay, अरे निकालिए मोबाइल, इसमें कोई टेंशन नहीं है, व्हाट्सएप कम्युनिटी है ये, आपका कोई नंबर नहीं लेने वाला हूं मैं. Take out your phones, yaar. Come on, guys. Come on. Now, what is going to happen in this community? All you need to do is join this community. What are we going to do here? We are going to have master classes, webinars, offline events, and one-to-one clarity calls to ensure that you reach your personal milestone, a personal net worth of rupees 100 crores. We are on a mission to make 1,000 individuals, business owners, just like you, to reach a personal milestone, a personal net worth of over rupees 100 crores. So I can see people in the back scanning right now. Those who have not scanned, अरे इसमें कोई फीस लगने नहीं वाला है, कोई चार्जेस नहीं लगने वाला है. आहूजा साहब ने कहा है कोई चार्जेस नहीं है, सेठी साहब ने भी कहा है कोई चार्जेस नहीं ले रहे, right? All you need to do is scan and join the community. Come on, guys. Yes, I can see people scanning. मुझे पता है भूख लगी है सबको, 9 बजे का टाइम हुआ है, लेकिन देखिए मैंने जल्दी खत्म किया है, मैंने ज़्यादा खींचा नहीं, आपको कहानी बताई है मैंने, राइट? ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की कहानी. तो जब भी आप अभी घर पे जाएंगे, ऑफिस जाएंगे और बदलाव के बारे में सोचेंगे, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के बारे में सोचेंगे, रिमेंबर ऑल यू नीड टू डू is look for those 1% changes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, I was expecting some more applauses for gentlemen. Jitni badhiya sir ki energy thi. Sir, I request you please remain back on stage. We would like to present you a memento. And for same, may I please call on stage Mr. Didarjeet Singh and Mr. Gautam Malhotra. Gentlemen, I request you to please join me on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Ninad Monkar. Thank you very much, sir, for this session full of energy. And now we are moving on with the final panel discussion of this evening. And to moderate this session, we are going to call on stage our moderator, who is the Senior Vice President and Director at Uniparts Group, a global leader in engineering solutions. He spearheads strategic global projects, customer relations, strategy deployment, ESG initiatives, and new business development for the group. With deep industry insight, he plays a major role in driving Unipart's global growth and sustainability goals. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on stage our moderator, Mr. J.S. Bhogal, Senior Vice President, Uniparts Group. Warm welcome on stage again, sir. And now let's welcome our panelist, our first panelist. Bringing in 18 years of global experience in robotics and automation, he continues to contribute to Yaskawa's growth and innovation journey in India. Let's welcome on stage Mr. Horikawa, General Manager, Mr. Makoto Horikawa, General Manager, Yaskawa India Private Limited. A big round of applause to welcome him here. Welcome on stage again, sir. Our next panelist, with over 27 years of experience in steel manufacturing sector, he also serves as Chairman, CII Ludhiana Zone and General Secretary, Ludhiana Management Association. A commerce graduate and committed industry leader, gentleman is equally passionate about wildlife photography, trekking and travel. Let's have a big round of applause for Mr. Lokesh Jain, the Managing Director of TK Steel Rolling Mills Private Limited. Our next panelist, with 18 years of experience in the field of robotics and automation, he has been closely involved in driving solutions across industries. Now I would like to welcome our next panelist, Mr. Alok Kumar, Assistant General Manager, Sales at Yaskawa India Private Limited. A big round of applause for gentlemen. The next panelist, with more than 21 years of experience, he has led the group in international market and has been instrumental in taking the organization to new heights. Today, the group has its presence in over 150 countries through its brand. Let's have a big round of applause for our next panelist, Mr. Amrish Jain, the MD of Kangaroo Group of Companies. We can have more energy. Come on, everyone. A big round of applause. Last but not the least, our next panelist is a seasoned textile professional known for driving innovation and design excellence. Starting his career at Vardhman after earning a B.Tech from TIT Bhiwani, he later pursued post-graduation in business administration and is currently advising his leadership skills at the University of Warwick, UK. He leads a dynamic team of over 150 qualified textile graduates. Let's have a big round of applause to welcome Mr. Ravi Chauhan, Senior Vice President at Vardhman Textile. I'm talking about a big round of applause. So I welcome our moderator, all panelists. Please take your seats.
Once again, thank you very much. And on behalf of CICU, again, welcome everyone for this wonderful event and this panel discussion. I know it's a bit late in the day, but we will give it all we have. We'll keep it very precise. And we will keep it a very value addition discussion for the audience. We are here for the audience. And after the wonderful sessions that we had from the industry greats, right from Mr. Jain to Mr. William, to our very own President, Mr. Upkarji, who have shared their experience, their strategies, And of course, how the world is, what's the world going to be in the future. They've sensitized all of us on that. And looking forward to a good session. So gentlemen, once again, welcome. And at least I have two friends on board today. So that makes me a bit more comfortable in doing this session. I will keep this very comfortable and very casual. Thank you. So let me start with Mr. Makoto Horikawa-san. Since we all know Japan, the Japanese culture, incidentally, I was there last month as well. The discipline and the history that we heard right from the 50s to the 60s, how Japan and Japanese manufacturing as a culture, how it evolved and how it impacted the world and also impacted the Indian manufacturing. I think Maruti Suzuki, Hero Honda really taught us a lot on the Japanese manufacturing culture and especially world-class practices. With the product portfolio that you have, and of course, in the audience, we have a lot of entrepreneurs who are from the MSME sector. How can the products that Yaskawa is offering, the MSME can benefit? When I say MSME, of course, the spend on CapEx has, I wouldn't say constraints, but there's the limit for MSME on what they can afford as a technology. So if you can throw some light on that for the MSME sector.
Okay. So if I talk about the robotics automation, so I think it can be happen from the process where high or stable quality is required. So for example, in our case, so like arc welding application, in India, there are so many manpowers. But in case of in case of skilled manpower, it is something limited. So robot can work with the same path and same point and same speed. That is very important feature of the robot. So we can utilize this feature in the production line. So we can produce with the stable quality by utilizing the industrial robot. And of course, so for example, in the dangerous environment, robot can work. And for example, very heavy parts, robot can pick up and place easily. That is also a good point to install the robot.
Thank you, Son. I think I see a little, one of your smallest models here, which is a cobot, a collaborative robot. My request would be that if you can offer the Ludhiana industry a very good discount or these cobots at a reasonable price. I think we have three gentlemen here who can really utilize, apart from the large audience that we have. So thank you very much. I'll move to Mr. Ambrish Jain. Everybody knows how Kangaroo captured the global market, even the Japanese market. And Mr. Jain, with Kangaroo products, you absolutely established a top-level brand, and which is being sold globally. I think if we have to raise a hand, each one of us on our desk will have a Kangaroo stapler. And just if you can share some of the practices that you're following for achieving world-class manufacturing.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, at KGOSKI, which is Kangaroo Group of Companies, we are a diversified group into the fields of office stationery, hardware, and kitchen, under the brands Kangaroo, Munich, Kohei, and Miles. So, and when we talk of world-class manufacturing, I'm just trying to build a context. First of all, we are a B2C company. We are not a B2B company. And there has been a lot said in the evening on change, on different aspects of industry, how management and especially the entrepreneurs need to change the mindset. So a couple of my takes and my belief system. When you talk about going to the consumer, as you go close to the consumer, your margins, they start to increase. You talk about prime raw material suppliers, they work at 3 to 4%. You talk about converters, 5 to 7. You talk about brand owners, 15%. You talk of retail, 40, 45%. The moment you go down the line, your profit margins start to increase. I was just sitting here, I was asked a question, with digitization, will you be wanted as a product? We could not answer this in 2003, 2005, when we sat together to brainstorm what the company can do to be relevant after 20 years. We were scared that we'll be out of the market if we don't diversify, because world was talking paperless. We moved to stapling. From paper, we moved to stapling wood. From precision, consumer facing, we started moving manufactured scissors. From there, we started manufacturing blades. From there, we started manufacturing. Now we are getting into vacuum bottles. Because we have built distribution network over years in different categories. What I'm trying to say is change. We have to embrace the change. We talk about world-class manufacturing, we talk about TPM, we talk about TQM, we talk about Kaizen, we talk about all these things. But I think it's the mindset of the owner at the top. The biggest hurdle in the growth of the company is the owner. If you throw him out, the company will start to run. When I say throw him out, please invest in system and process before you kick him out. We invested slowly. I was a 14 crore company in 99. Today we are at 1,200 crores with 85% revenue coming in our own brands across 98 countries. Complete market research. Now B2C, a product being retailed at 10 rupees to 150 rupees. If your product is not working, will you buy us again? No. So this requires to build systems and processes in whatever we guys do. Be your strategy, be your housekeeping, be your manufacturing, be your marketing, be your supply chain. So it has to be in totality. My request to everybody would be, as owners, please embrace change. This is the only thing we need to have as a DNA of our organizations to be sustainable. If we don't obsolete whatever we are doing every 5 years, world will obsolete us as a manufacturer. So that is only possible if we are doing this 20% year on year in every field and anything and everything we do. So my take for world-class manufacturing would be, please be relevant in whatever you're doing, and everything is a deep science. And anything and everything is possible. I am sitting in Ludhiana, selling in 150 countries with 80% revenue coming from my own brands. And my office player, so-called Kangaroo, where everybody knows us, it is now 50% in our portfolio. By 2030, it is going to be 10%. This is only possible if we are able to embrace the change. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amrish. I think you took us to a very nice journey. And I remember during COVID, when paper became, a little, not little, I think, going out of the context, how quickly they re-strategized to come into a niche market of scissors and professional culinary, peripherals, and came out with new brands. I think very relevant point he mentioned, change. We just saw 1% change in 10 years got 178 championships worldwide. And I think change is always painful. Change may be a little long, but change is extremely important. And I think world-class manufacturing, I totally agree with you. World-class in everything you do, from quality of the product, quality of communication, quality of response, even time of response. All attributes form a chain for an organization to become a world-class manufacturing organization. Coming to my good friend, Mr. Lokesh Jain, just before I ask the question, he's one gentleman who really walks the talk on sustainability, ESG, and they are one of the very few companies who've created beautiful microforests in their own plants. So my question is regarding that, Lokesh, how does world-class manufacturing support sustainability initiatives, especially in future considering green steel that is being demanded by a lot of customers?
Good evening, everybody. I'll begin from the last. You mentioned green steel. So, all the plants which are there in the north, we are merely dependent upon secondary scrap. And for that matter, we are already green. We are good on sustainability because we are using the minimum resources. Our carbon production per ton of steel is the lowest because we are not using any kind of iron ore. So that is an added advantage, and that is why Tata is here. And regarding the forests and sustainability, we heard Mr. David talk about the upcoming carbon credit schemes. We are always looking after the government to mandate us to be sustainable. We are hearing about ESG on the horizon. And that has got our minds ticking. Okay, so this is the paperwork that the government or the international governments are gunning for, and we better be prepared for it. But what if there was nothing like it? What if there was no mandate from any government? Isn't it our moral responsibility to give back? So we started a project called Lungs of Ludhiana. Not when there was ESG, little talk about sustainability, and none about green steel. But it was our DNA to give back to the environment, what we are always taking for granted. Under Lungs of Ludhiana, we started planting microforests under the Miyawaki technique. And I'm glad to say here that we as a group, in TK Steels and Prime Steel processes, we have planted well over 18,000 trees, which are fully grown now to a height of 20-25 feet. Now, one thing that is very close to human nature, what's in it for me? And whenever we have a visitor to the forests, the first question that we get asked is, what is the produce? इसमें आम कितने होते हैं, फालसे कितने होते हैं, शतूत कितने होते हैं? We have 38 varieties of native to Punjab trees planted in the forests, and none of them are for human consumption. Those 18,000 trees are pollinating as we speak, a radius of about 10 kilometers around our plants. The pollination is happening of all native trees. There are no palm trees, no ficus, nothing else. So this is our way of giving back to society. Without any government mandate, without any ESG, just to see a long-lasting effect for our next generation. Just yesterday, we were sitting in Delhi. We were in a national CII conference. And there was the buzz, which is similar to what we are talking about, the next generation. What are we leaving for the next generation? So businessmen are very focused on one word, sustainability. So my humble request to everybody present here would be, take the sustainability word seriously as your way of giving back, not just filling up a compliance. That's it.
Thank you, Lokesh. I would also love to mention a personal fact about him. because of his love for nature and being such a successful entrepreneur as well, he is an excellent wildlife photographer. So I think that complements into his business ventures and of course, complementing this industry or his industry to world-class manufacturing, because sustainability now is an integral part of it. Mr. Chauhan, coming to you. I know you're from the textile side, Vardhaman. In one of our CICU competitions, I still remember, this was, I think, 2 editions before this. We keep having every year. There was a team from your organization, I think from the Baddi plant, which actually won the gold medal. And the good part was it was also presented by a team of women, ladies, who did a wonderful job. The Kaizen, because again, when we talk about world-class manufacturing, was how they implemented a very simple Kaizen to improve the yield of the yarn. I still remember, my memory is not that good, but still is decent enough, that they were saving the end cut of a yarn somehow. And the yield that resulted, because the numbers are so high, was a wonderful Kaizen. And how is in your industry, in textiles, Kaizens, we know it's again something we've learned from the Japanese and the Japanese culture, Kaizen, Gemba Kaizen, go to Gemba. In your organization on Vardhaman, how is it complementing the improvements? I know Vardhaman is right up there in terms of brand and quality of products. How is it complementing in further enhancing the product and processes to achieve world-class manufacturing?
Thank you. So if we talk about Kaizens, so these are the small improvements what we are doing on machines, in processes. So that needs involvement down the line. As shared by our previous speaker also, we involve down the line workers also. We respect them, we ask, we have a concept of quality circle. We are involving workers because we know that worker know better than us about the process, about the machine. So this is the mantra, how we people are doing small improvements to achieve a manufacturing excellence. And what you're seeing, how we are implementing those things. So now I would like to relate these things that we are a very good implementer. We welcome, I am from the organization Vardhaman, where we leverage innovation for progress. And definitely, this is the first time I got opportunity to attend this this panel, and I learned a lot today, and I am going to implement one learning from here. That is, जैसे उपकार साहब ने कहा था कि सवाल कोई भी हो, बोलना वो है जो आपको पता है. So अब मैं उसको implement कर रहा हूँ कि definitely Kaizen is all those, these are the old concepts, lean manufacturing, reduction in wastages, जिसके बारे में मैं बताया. But how at Vardhaman we are implementing the buzzword artificial intelligence. जो ऐसा लगता है कि textile manufacturing is a old kind of a manufacturing setup, उसमें किस तरह से artificial intelligence can help. So at Vardhaman we are leveraging, how we are leveraging artificial intelligence, because we believe that artificial intelligence is not about replacing human potential, it is basically augmenting it, making our teams more and more competent, efficient, and ultimately smarter. So it means the smarter people empowered by smarter technology. I would like to share one prime example of artificial intelligence from Vardhaman, the use of artificial fabric pins in the fashion supply chain. We are creating a hyper 3D realistic simulation of fabric by measuring the physical and visual properties of fabric. And it significantly reduces the need of making a physical sample, accelerating our design and approval process from our customers like Tommy, Calvin Klein, and Mark and Spencer, those who are sitting in US and Europe. Because digital twin fabric can be assessed and manipulated remotely by our global partners. So designers sitting in Paris can review samples from mills in India. Merchandisers in New York, those can evaluate our fits and drapes. So this is one of the fantastic examples and I am feeling pride to share that we are among top 10 global organizations who has adopted this artificial intelligence, this making a artificial twin fabric. And this is definitely the competition is so intense. We are talking about that China is leading, they are doing from since 20 years, but AI is coming to us at the same time for the entire globe. So it is the opportunity, we have to grab it, we have to implement it as soon as possible, because competition is quite intensive and need for such kind of a transformation is urgent than ever. So this is what I would like to share.
Mr. Chauhan, I do also have a mantra in life, which is learn to unlearn, to relearn. Today I've learned something from you. I never thought AI could be used in a manner in garments and textiles, the way you explained it. And I'm so glad to hear that, I know Mr. William was sharing one example of startups, that it's already being implemented at this stage. In engineering, you see, we use reverse engineering. We do 3D modeling as well. At CICU, we've set up a center of excellence where we've installed all this equipment. But I could have never imagined that in garments, artificial intelligence can be used in a manner to be a part of or in an ecosystem whereby world-class manufacturing techniques are being used to simulate and even project to your customers. Obviously, I know fit and drapes are the words I have picked up, and how it is working so well. So kudos to your group and adopting AI at such a, I would say, nascent but still advanced stage now. So thank you very much. I think it was a great insight. Sir, coming to, again, AI. I know AI in robotics and even cobots is taking center stage. We are seeing, I saw a video recently, maybe a lot of you must have seen it. Robots are building robots. We also, just on the other side, we just had this skirmish recently with our neighbor. And we also got to know that the missiles that were used were also built by robots. And but robots building robots is something really very, very, I would say, futuristic. Something that when I was a child, we would see in the 90s in the movies, in Star Trek movies. But now we are seeing that as a reality. So how do you see the future of a shop floor whereby robotic technology and AI is taking over?
Thank you for your question. Basically, when we talk about in current stage in our company also, like robots are making robots, and with our own product, we are making our own product. When we see about the future, what the philosophy and things are going on, all robots are going towards to the AI technology. And in that, now in the current stage, we are working with the help of vision and sensors and getting a digit data, and robot is responding against that. But when we are moving future towards where Yaskawa is working on the new product, where all the robots will be integrated with the AI, and where robot can take his own call, they can decide how to move the things and how to prioritize the things. So now robots are going to work at the basis of Industry 5.0. We can tell as the twin engineering concept, where whatever the market need is there, whatever the situations are there, at the basis of we will be getting a feedback, and robot will decide out of like 20 or 30 robots are there. So in that now only 10 robot has to work or 20 robot has to work. And even they are going to start different kind of path planning, path learning by them themselves. So whatever now we are seeing, that is a traditional kind of robot, but maybe in upcoming 5-6 years, we will come up with a new product range where everything will be AI driven and it will be software based. Thank you.
Thank you. And I also was seeing another video whereby augmented learning by robots while they are working, they're learning from their own movements and probably sending the data so that the next cycle, their movements can be further improved. On the flip side, I also saw a video where a robot went rogue and it actually injured an operator nearby. So I think we have all kind of challenges. Amrishi, on the same line, I think that would be my last question to you, giving a time check. Low-cost automation and robotic technology. How can Ludhiana industry adopt some of these low-cost, I would say, collaborative robots which are available? I think both of us were seeing some videos a couple of days back. Your thoughts on that?
Let me talk about Jugaad.
Thank you for that. Because Ludhiana gave the world Jugaad.
So, we happened to, surprisingly, I didn't know we had companies like from Japan on robots. So about 3 months back on Insta, I got a video in which a Chinese guy was trying to sell a robot for $3,000. So for us it was a surprise and we thought that it's just a thing which will not work. So my 4 of engineers who were sitting in China, we just passed on this video to them and told them to just have a visit to this plant. Surprisingly, we bought 2 of them for $7,000. I don't know how they will work. They have yet to come. But what we could understand, that this is something which requires a lot of hit and trial. It is good for industries which are highly process driven and automated, yes. But for industries like us, we are kind of taking it easy and slow because it's more of assemblies and it is not cheap. So cost analysis is also very important. But having said that, a lot of things has to be seen that it will, let me say, okay, a small thing. Would you have a PM to serve tea or coffee in your office? Or would you go by yourself or would you have a robot to deliver that tea or coffee? I have called for a robot. It's going to be soon on the campus. We named him Ramu, who will be serving tea and coffee across the corporate office. So there
Wonderful.
are small things I would definitely, it's exploration thing. I will not discount it 100%, but this is something we will have to change very fast. Why? Why China? China is undoubtedly has changed the way world sees the global market. Today, whatever we see on the marketplace, if we are not able to get into all these things, we'll be obsolete. So my take on this is, yes, it is important, but take it slow. Sorry for this, but definitely my product is such where we feel little reluctant because of fine precision. Assembly, even in Japan, is being done manually. For high production lines, we tried on one line, our Baddi unit is doing it, but consistently to get this kind of a volume is not possible. So it entirely depends on the industry. A lot of operations, press shop, you talk about electroplating, paint shops, we have done it, but not 100%. Thank you.
Amrishi, thank you. I think one lesson to learn is we see a lot of reels on Instagram. So for all the manufacturers and entrepreneurs here, here's a big example. There are a lot of reels that are available on technology. And that's how Mr. Jain just bumped into or came across a reel which actually translated into probably opportunity for business. I would just like to take a minute and share something on robots. 4 days back, I was in Chennai at one of our customers' annual conference. The company's name is Taffy, one of the largest tractor manufacturers. Also, they have a brand called Massey Ferguson. It was a 5-hour conference. The conference was kick-started by a robot, a humanoid, which was very shocking for all of us. For 5 hours, with AI built in, this little humanoid or robot was interacting with all the presenters. It was also sensing what the audience is asking as questions and also participating. So it was quite shocking to see. So next time, instead of a moderator like me, you might see a robot from the gentleman here who is supplying all the robots and on the lighter side. So this is the new world. The other thing I would like to say is in our own organization in Uniparts, and it's a very practical example of Jugaad from Ludhiana. One of our section in charge in the welding line came up to our maintenance head and said, I can build a small robot if I get a sanction or a yes from management. So he came up with a little 2D model. So when the team came up to me, I said, what's the budget? They said, sir, 2 lakhs. I said, that's too less, I'll give you 3 lakhs. So this gentleman with the operator and one of our maintenance guys, they made a 3-axis robot with a PLC. It works pretty fine. And we show it to our customers. We also won a national award in one of the competitions by CII in Jalandhar. And so the possibilities are immense. I'm not taking any sales away, but that's the kind of ability and jugaad that Ludhiana can generate, or we do have in our DNA. So my last question to Mr. Lokesh Jain. Lokesh Ji, I know you are very proactive in quality systems, technology, and leveraging all of this to amalgamate. What is the role of, since steel plants, a lot of preventive maintenance is required as well because the nature of the process is such. What is the role of TPM as a whole or in your industry in making the organization a world-class organization?
Well, we recently set up a new steel plant which was just commissioned in 2023. Earlier to that, if you were to set up a steel plant in India, the major machinery suppliers were scattered in and around Mandi Gobindgarh. And the limitation of their designs made us limit our productions on a daily or an hourly level to a very low level compared to the world. So that is when we ventured out of Ludhiana, out of Punjab. We did not go out of India. We ventured into every state, every company that had a little know-how or that was prominent in one of the regions in India. We scouted their plants, we scouted where they had supplied their machineries. And finally, we ended up getting what you can call a khichdi, not a single solution provider, but a khichdi of many providers. So there came the challenge of coordinating within the different suppliers in terms of quality, in terms of establishment, and final production. So those 2 years rearranged every word in our dictionary which we had had an experience of in the last 27 years, what we could call TPM. So the coordination between one machine to another, one worker to another, one vertical or one department to another, for me that defines TPM. If there is lack of coordination between any of these, man, material or machinery, your entire production, your quality systems, all sorts of systems will fall flat. So, as the main driver of the plants, if your vertical is towards TPM, quality, make sure the vertical before you and after you is well informed, is well engaged with you, it is data driven, the data is visible across all platforms, and all this khichdi finally will give you your own DNA for your TPM, which will be apart from any textbook, probably Toyota, probably any other Japanese firm. But if you are able to come up with those definitions within your plant, you will be successful in that.
Well answered, Lukeshi. I will certainly remember. I will change from TPM to TPM/Khichdi in the right context that you mentioned. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we've taken enough time, but to connect all the dots, we had a wonderful session from Mr. Sachit Jain. He talked about people. I'm a people's man as well in my organization. Organization culture. Everything that you do in your factories, in your work premises, in all your processes has to be world class. Unless you implement that discipline, unless you walk the talk, it will not transcend into your organization. End of the day, in our own very Punjabi language, ਅਸੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ? We work for our customer. अगर customer delight नहीं है, ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ organization, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ product is totally irrelevant. That smile on a customer and that reorder that will come back to you as a brand is what we thrive for, what we work for. And I think anything that you do and you achieve in an organization, one of the very essence of being a world-class organization is please give the credit, reward and recognize your people. Your organization is because of your people, and I think all credit should go to them. And world is evolving very fast. Technology is a disruptor. It's going very fast. AI is disrupting itself very quickly. We are hearing that, suddenly coding has gone through the roof because AI is doing coding. Now the next level has come. I just saw humanoid conducting a 5-hour ceremony and learning from the audience. It was a shocker to me as well. So things are changing very fast. We need to be very, very updated. These days, Sir mentioned startups. The cost of sensors has come down drastically. How we can explore and use in our own business is for us to see. We have to be very proactive. Take out time for yourself, delegate, make people accountable and responsible. Only then you have the time to look at all these new technologies. I would also suggest all of you, because I'm doing it myself, to do a course on AI. There are a lot of online learning modules. I did one on a Sunday. I think Mr. Sushil, if he's still in the audience, he was one of the conductors. And because there's no age for learning. And if you're not doing it, somebody else is doing it. Some of your competitors is doing it. So thank you very much. I think it's 9:45. We all are hungry. And thanks everyone for coming all the way. People from Ludhiana, people from outside Ludhiana. And I know Lukesh, you also traveled today from outside. And Mr. Makoto-san, I know you are in Gurgaon, but coming all the way from Gurgaon to here is another journey that one has to do. And again, on behalf of CICU, our entire team, Upkar ji, Hani ji, Gautam ji, SP ji, Sanjay ji, Ajay ji, our endeavor is always to serve the industry. We keep having these sessions not for ourselves, not for any branding, but to serve the industry, to serve the community. And I know Karji has to go to Delhi now, but he is sad throughout the session. And we look forward to the next session. We thank all our sponsors for supporting us as always. Thank you very much. And I'll ask Deep Georgie to do the vote of thanks. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so very much.
Gentlemen, before the closing remark, I request you all to please remain back on stage. We would like to present you all mementos for the wonderful session. Everyone, once again, let's give them a big round of applause. And now, the first memento as a token of appreciation and respect, we would like to present to our moderator of the session, Mr. J.S. Bogle. And for same, I request Mr. Hani Sethi. Let's have a big round of applause for him. And Mr. Didarjeet Singh. Sir, I request you both, please join me on stage to present the memento to our moderator of the session, Mr. J.S. Bogle. Only the front row is giving them round of applause. I hope you all enjoyed this session. So can we all please? Thank you. Mr. Hani Sethi, sir, I request you please remain on stage to present the next memento. Along with gentlemen, I request Mr. S.B. Singh to please join me on stage. Can we please have a round of applause for gentlemen as well? This one we would like to present to Mr. Makoto Horikawa. Let's give him a big round of applause. Let him show what the Ludhiana energy is. Can we make it a little more louder? Thank you very much for your presence, sir. And to present the next memento, now I invite on stage Mr. Sanjay Dhiman and Mr. Ajay Bharti. Gentlemen, please join me on stage. Welcome on stage. I request you to please present the next memento to Mr. Lokesh Jain. Thank you, Hani sir. Thank you, Sanjay sir. Thank you, Ajay sir. And to present the next memento, now I invite on stage Mr. Satinder Lote and Mr. Mandeep Singh Dilbiji to please join me on stage. Welcome on stage, gentlemen. I request you to please present the next memento to Mr. Alok Pandey. Thank you, Satinder sir. Thank you, Mandeep sir. To present the next memento, now I invite on stage Mr. Vinod Thapar and Mr. Amarjeet Singh Dimple. Welcome on stage, gentlemen. Gentlemen, I request you to please present the next memento to Mr. Amrish Jain. And to present the next memento, now I invite on stage Mr. Gurneet Singh Balki and Mr. Akash Bansal to please join me on stage. Let's give them both a big round of applause. This memento, as a token of appreciation, respect and love, we would like to present to Mr. Ravi Chauhan. Big round of applause for Mr. Ravi Chauhan. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Now I request you all, please take your seats and make yourself comfortable. Looking at the energy coming from you all, I think this is the perfect time for dinner. And before that, to give you all the closing remark, may I please now invite on stage Mr. Deep Jyot Singh. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, everyone. What a power-packed session. World-class manufacturing. This isn't just a standard, it's a mindset and a mission we must all achieve and adopt. It's been a privilege to be part of this powerful 8th panel discussion. A big thank you to CICU for creating this platform for meaningful conversations and learning. With initiatives like Growth Rater program that CICU has been running in past and planning to do it ahead, CICU continues to handhold and empower entrepreneurs to scale and vision with a structure. To our keynote speakers, Mr. Sachit Jain and Mr. David William G, thank you for inspiring with your valuable insights. Mr. Upkar Singh Ji, our mentor, our moderators and panelists for today, thank you so much for your clarity and depth. And to all of you, thank you for showing up with curiosity and commitment today. Let's carry this momentum forward and continue building a truly world-class manufacturing culture in Ludhiana. Thank you all. Now I request the team to present the mementos to the sponsors.
Thank you so much, sir. And definitely this wasn't possible without the help of our sponsors. The next mementos we would like to give to our sponsors. And for same, may I please request the entire steering committee of CICU to join me on stage. I request the management team, the hotel management team, to please clear the stage. The first memento we would like to give to Yaskawa. I request the Yaskawa team to please join me on stage. Yaskawa India Private Limited. I request my team to please bring the memento for Yaskawa. Okay, so let's give a big round of applause to the whole entire team of Yaskawa India Private Limited. Come on, everyone. We can do better than this. Thanks to gentlemen sitting on the first table. I think you were the only one who started that. And the second memento we would like to present to the team of Empro. I request the team of Empro to please join me on stage. Empro. Let's give a round of applause to the team of Empro. Thank you, gentlemen. Looking at the current scenario, I think this is a perfect time to start the drinks and dinner. With that, again, we thank you all for gracing this panel discussion with your glorious presence. Please make yourself comfortable, enjoy good food, good drinks, and this beautiful evening. Have a good night to everyone present here.